Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Kill Connor Club podcast, a special pre-recorded episode. Obviously,
special though.
It is special because it's pre-recorded, not live. It's different, therefore it's special. Don't ruin it. Okay. Obviously, I'm Tyler, and this is James.
I was taking a drink.
You got dick in your mouth? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, completely.
Classic Kill Connor Club. Well, we're back because of conflicting schedules. We can't record live or do the live podcast, but that's okay. So we're doing it early, ahead of schedule, and this is coming out on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Special Valentine's Day episode of Kill Connor. It really changes nothing about the Kill Connor Club though, because at all.
Should we have the thumbnail just be like, it'll be the same drawing, but we'll have love heart eyes.
Oh, that's fucking gold. You're gonna do that, right, though?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. That's perfect. Kill Connor Club number 15. Valentine's Day love. London love. As we'll call it. Fuck. So, another week. We're recording this like a week since the last episode.
Yep.
What's been going on, buddy? What's new?
Well, I mean, nothing. I've been doing a lot of sitting around doing absolutely nothing because my room is not usable and empty, and my entire house is cluttered with shit, so that's been what's going on with me.
Yeah, you haven't done... What was the last video you did? You updated your list of Assassin's Creed games.
Yes, that was the last thing I did, and that was about 4 days ago, and I don't really expect to do anything anytime soon, so... Other than this will be like the next thing.
This will be the next thing?
Probably. Maybe.
Really?
I don't know.
Well, that's a gap. That's almost 2 weeks.
I know. I'm going to have to make a video and tell everyone what's going on, because otherwise that's going to be fucking confusing.
So is your whole room just torn apart?
Yeah, it's completely empty. There's holes in the walls, and it's literally sleeping on a mattress on the ground.
Huh. How long is that going to take?
Well... I think from this point now, probably about 3 weeks.
Okay. So another 3 weeks. Jesus, that's a while, man.
Yeah.
So, and that's what, to just repaint it and kind of just a bit of renovation, or?
Yeah, well, we need to get I got, like, in the walls, I'm getting new, like, plugs, like, so that I can plug shit in under my desk. Then I've got, 4 like wired internet connections that can go into like my computer and my Xbox and everything.
Oh, awesome.
Then we need to get the walls plastered and then painted. I need new carpet, new furniture, and a couple of other little stuff, but that's like the main stuff that's going to take a while. So, yeah.
Oh, the struggle's real. The struggle is real.
Yeah, I'm actually going to kill myself.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just been normal for me. Just been the usual. So what? Horsey and Fox is interrupted, and your main channel obviously is interrupted.
Yeah.
And is George's channel
do a
affected?
stream on Horsey and Fox, but well, yeah, George does. So you see, mine I could do videos on, but it's just like really difficult because I've got like a mini setup downstairs, but it's the shittest thing. It's like my computer is in a corner, and then I've got like a chest of drawers which my monitors are on.
Yeah.
And like. It's really dodgy to make videos because like my chair doesn't reach as low as everything else. It's like I have to hunch over. It's like it's the keyboard, and it's just a mess. Like I could have been making videos. Yesterday I was gonna start editing more of the Chronicles India Let's Play because I still haven't even finished the game, and Rush is gonna come out soon. But no. But I was gonna edit more of it because I decided rather than doing it as a normal Let's Play, I'm gonna edit it so I just get all of the funny bits where I'm getting really mad at the game in. So that way it kind of progresses through the game. You can see the story, if you can call it that, and then you can also see my like fails and everything, and it's kind of funny. But then George started playing Kingdom Hearts, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna sit here and watch him for a bit. And then 10 hours later, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna bother with the editing. It's not gonna happen. So I'll do it at some point.
The amazingness of Kingdom Hearts. It consumes everyone. It happens.
It's so good.
I've been there so many times. So many times. And you're both still only on the first one.
Yeah. I mean, I would be finished the first one if it wasn't for the fact that I have to stream it. I mean, I don't have to stream it, but I want to.
I want you to stream
and
it.
I can't.
I don't have a PS3.
Like,
I'm living vicariously through you playing the games. I want to relive that shit.
it's like I want to play it so bad, but then I'm like, oh no, but I have to stream it. I mean, to be fair, when I started the game, like when I started the streams, the first episode started in Wonderland. It wasn't like at the beginning of the game because I already played a lot of it, and then I was like, I should stream the rest of this. So I started in Wonderland, and then carried on from that point, and I've streamed everything since then.
Yeah.
I just wish I could stream it. I wish it was easier, but I can't, and I just want to play it so badly.
Oh, it's one of those things. God damn it.
It's a struggle.
Yeah, struggle's real. See, my channel's just the normal usual. Though I haven't. Well, actually, Jesus. Well, at the time I'm recording this, I haven't started releasing the. I'm doing Assassin's Creed 1 Let's Play now after Revelations. And I think I'll actually do it in the right order now. Like, I'll do 1, then 2, then Brotherhood. I've already done Revelations, and then I'm not doing 3, so I'll figure something out after that. But that's plenty of time.
Why not do 3?
I don't want to play it.
Fair enough.
And plus, like, what would me be doing in Let's Play it? Like, it would just be me getting mad, and then people that watch it would just get upset with me, and they get offended by it, and then I got to deal with every episode I put out, people fucking crying about it. And it's like, well, you wanted this, you asked for this, and this is what you get, and I'd rather not. Not deal with it. I'm not gonna Let's Play Unity. I'm not gonna Let's Play Assassin's Creed 3, and I'm not gonna Let's Play Rogue.
Okay, so Syndicate and 4 are possibilities.
Possibilities. I might even do DLCs as well.
Okay.
I might even do Watch Dogs at some point as well, because that's
like what you're
Assassin's
doing
Creed, right?
Is what I'm doing with Horsey and Fox essentially. Like, we played every Assassin's Creed game through on live streams, and we're trying to do every single piece of Assassin's Creed content, so we'll do, like, the side games and the DLC and stuff. Like, we did Liberation, like, 2 weeks... No, was it... No, it's last week?
It was last week, I think. I
Was
think. Jeez, I don't even know. Well, it's a couple weeks ago this is coming out.
But yeah. Yeah, so Liberation...
How did you manage that shit?
I don't fucking know. I mean, we had each other to banter, so it wasn't like it was the most difficult thing in the world, but it's still shit. Like, I remember I did a Let's Play of it back in 2014, and I cancelled that because I didn't know how many views my Let's Plays would get, because they never got many. They probably got like 60 at the most, and people in my news videos and like speculation videos and stuff were saying like, oh, do a Let's Play, and a lot of people said to do Liberation, and I don't know why, so I started Liberation Let's Play, and the first episode got like 2,000 views, and I was like, Jesus Christ, that's not what I expected. So I tried to do a lot of Liberation, but I got so bored, and all the videos were me just getting mad at the game, being like, this is so shit, this is so boring, and it was just terrible, and everyone was like, look, just cancel it and do something else. So I did, and then I started up the Ezio trilogy with Assassin's Creed 2, and that is odd. I think Let's Playing through the Ezio trilogy back in 2014 was probably the most fun series I think I've ever done. It was so great because it got so many views. Everyone was always there in the comments. Everyone got all the inside jokes that we got, which was like the Richard the Horse thing came from that Let's Play.
Oh, yeah,
and we had like I'm trying to think of some other ones, but there was a bunch of stuff through those Let's Plays of 2 through Revelations, and that was just it was just so much fun. And I don't think at this point a Let's Play of Assassin's Creed would even get that many views. I don't know. I haven't done one in a while. The last real one I did was Revelations. Well, no, Syndicate, I guess.
Yeah, it would have been Syndicate.
Yeah, but yeah, because I did Assassin's Creed 2, got halfway through Brotherhood, then Unity and Rogue came out, so I played through those. Then I went back to Brotherhood, then did Revelations, did China, then I think I did Syndicate. But yeah, that Ezio trilogy was great. I forget my point now. But...
See, you've always been good at doing solo walkthroughs, Let's Plays at games, which is because you've done it so long.
Good.
Because
say good.
I think it's good.
But you didn't see my Road to Revelations in 2011.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, man. Because everyone's shit when they start. No one's good when they start. But you've been doing YouTube for so long, even when you had a billion channels ago. You know what I mean? Like, even if you weren't getting views back then, by the time you're getting views, you've improved so much. You're really good. For me, it was such a struggle because I didn't do any of that for so long. The first time I did gameplay videos, they were so shit. I never did them because I sucked at talking by myself, playing a game. I was no good at it. And the only time I did anything good was when I was with a friend. And the first one I really thought I was good at was my Assassin's Creed 1, finishing all the achievements Let's Play. There was like 8 episodes.
That one.
And
I did that where it sounds like you just you just went through puberty.
I think it was a mic thing though, because it was
so
certainly
weird.
not when I was like 17 then, so it wasn't like my voice had just broke. My balls had dropped by then, for God's sakes. But I don't know. It was weird. I was 17, 18. Yeah, I was 17. And that was so much fun. I thought it was hilarious. Even I thought it was funny. It was the first time I did a gameplay video. I wasn't embarrassed by it. And I started realizing, I'm really good with friends, so I'll just do gameplay with friends. So when I did like Ruthless Productions and stuff, I did Skyrim, Watch Dogs, I just did things with other people. I was good at that. I could deal with that. But it was things like that got me good on my own. I think was the first season of Free Run for Justice, where I was kind of like, I can do this by myself. I've just got to have something to really focus on, and it can't be a main walkthrough because I can't do walkthroughs on my own. And it's just progressively I'm getting better to the point where now I feel really comfortable, and I think you gave me a massive compliment, and that to me meant a lot because I'm a bit self-conscious of doing Let's Plays by myself. Not really anymore, but I really was. And I think it was my first Tynamite plays, Fallout 4. You said, hang on, I'm going to get that right now. Because it actually... I
remember, yeah.
Because I was actually aware that I didn't realise I found, like, a rhythm or, like, a style, if you will. You said, Tyler's Let's Plays are the best. You always make things seem so epic, like you get immersed, so we do as well. Well, that's something small, but that was so nice for me because I've always been self-conscious of Let's Plays on my own and doing Revelations walkthrough. Finally, I felt like I've played this game before. I'm happy to talk about it. I feel comfortable enough that I can do it. And all the Free Run for Justice ones, like I've found my rhythm and these Tynamite plays now that I can just, instead of streaming, because I can't figure out streaming because I'm retarded. So now doing these every Saturday, I just play a different game and I just do, 10 to 20 minute videos of highlights of me playing. And those have been fun, and I think all the ones I put out are good. Like, I can have a laugh, and then I agree with you when you said that, because I feel like I have found my style. I just need to get immersed in it and just kind of act like I'm in the game in a way. I don't know how I do it. It's just kind of, I found a style, and I finally feel comfortable doing it. But to me, it's only been the last 12 months that I've started getting there. You've been like that for a few years now, because you started earlier, you do it more often, and you're really great at it. I'm still improving every time I do it, and I've still got ways to go. I think I can get better and better, but that's something I've always struggled to do, and now I finally feel like I'm happy to do walkthroughs of games, not new games necessarily, because I'd like to play them. I'm terrible at talking when I'm trying to concentrate, whereas I've played Revelations like 10 times, Assassin's Creed 1 heaps of times. Like, it's easy to talk over them because I can talk about what's so good about them, explain the game and backstory and everything to people, because it's just muscle memory playing those games now. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's one of those things. I feel like I finally found the rhythm.
Yeah, that's good. Like you're talking about the Tynamite plays thing. I just remembered I have a series that I never do, which is LazerzZ Plays, and I started it. Oh, when did I start? I mean, it started off as a series called Sunday Funtage, where I do like every Sunday, and it didn't ever come out on a fucking Sunday, but it'd just be like I'd edit together a video of me playing a random game, just having fun and stuff. And I think the first episode was what was it? Was it Saints Row the Third? And then the second episode was Red Dead Redemption. Then the third episode, and those were in 2012, I think.
Yeah.
Then the third episode was 2014, and that was GTA 5. And then I did, the other one was later in 2014. That was Mirror's Edge. So I've only done 4 episodes of it, but I really love those videos, and I should do more of them. But
they're fun to do. I think it's something different, and it's not as much commitment when they're the shorter videos. Like, some people love streaming and they want to watch hour-long or 3-hour-long videos. Some people love that, but there's other people that are just like 10 minutes. That's more than enough for me.
Yeah,
it's just kind of meeting people in the middle, I guess, but it's just something different, I guess. It's one of those things. I've enjoyed it, just being able to I don't have to commit to, like, I'm doing this game, covering this game on my channel now. It's like, no, I love this game, I want to make videos on it, but I'll compromise, because not many people may want to watch it, but I'll just make one video on it. I'm not going to make part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5 of Watch Dogs. I'm just going to make here's a Watch Dogs video of me playing it, and just doing side activities, stuff that anyone can sit down anytime. They don't need to know the story, or they can just be like, oh, that's funny, that's cool. They don't even have to play the game, and they can just enjoy people doing shit and funny shit you say. It's been fun.
That's good.
I'm glad I did it. And I mean, speaking of, we've just done Kill Connor Club plays.
Oh yeah.
The Division, Dark Zone. Not sure how it did because it got released 10 minutes ago, but but by now, when it's released, we'll know it's obviously done amazingly, as usual, of course.
Of course it has.
That was hilarious to do. That was fun. I mean, the Division beta was fun.
It was. It was good.
Now, I guess that's channel updates done in a way. That's kind of just
didn't even mean to do that. I don't know what happened there.
We just kind of we've caught up. We've caught up with each other, but we've just done because we're supposed to have. I mean, we've lost 2 guests for this podcast, this episode in particular. Like we were supposed to have.
You, Brett. Fuck you, Asim. Fuck you both. Both go to hell.
Hey, for sure, relax, eh?
No, I'm kidding.
I mean, we're pre-recorded anyway. It's tough to schedule stuff. It would have been tough to figure all this out as is. But yeah, we're supposed to have Hubie Central on. That fell through. That's okay. Then we're supposed to have Super Rebel on. Also fell through. That's okay. You know, sometimes it happens. Hopefully one day we'll get them all on. We'll see what happens. Maybe, maybe not. Obviously, Super Rebel's coming on. I mean, for God's sakes, the return is going to happen. No doubt about it. That'll be amazing. I can't wait. But I mean, it's just you and me, buddy, catching up.
Hell yeah. I mean, we've had. Wait, no. I was gonna say. Yeah, no, I'm wrong. We had a guest last week, but we didn't the week before. The week before was just us, right?
Yeah, the launch was just you and me. The 2016 launch, where we've had a lot of guests at the end of 2015. So we're kind of going back to the original, like we had obviously Victoria, BPR, Super Rebel, Luma, and then George. So I've had a lot of guests.
We had
and Game and Sheep as well. We had Joe.
Yeah. We had Joe on a couple of times. And Jesus Christ.
That is an aggressive cough, George.
Oh, snap your neck. Right, okay. Yeah. No,
Classic.
yeah, but I feel like last year, like towards the end anyways, like, I mean, we had a lot of guests, but also we didn't do, I mean, I feel like this format that we've got here wasn't really a thing because we kind of were trying to get Joe on. So we were still kind of like transitioning from not having from having Joe to not having Joe because we kept trying to get him on whenever we did one, and I think there was only a couple which were like the guest ones where it was like, okay, we won't even ask Joe because he doesn't reply to us.
Yeah, and I mean it was tough when we had him because he didn't know what was going on in Assassin's Creed.
Poor Joe.
So it was tough to have him on every time as well. Whereas like when we had him on that last time, it was really fun. Because we got to catch him up on everything, and it was like us catching up with him, what's he been doing, especially since he doesn't do YouTube. And now even he's like, I don't even know what I'm doing here because why do you guys want me here? And we're like, but Joe,
but it's you.
But it's you. You're on the picture, not anymore. But
well,
the new pictures of Bay though, they're so good.
Yeah, the new pictures. Are great.
I just said Bay. I fucking hate that word. Why did I say that? I spend too much time in this community where all I read is "that's Bay." I'm like, I fucking hate that word.
Oh god, I hate the word if it's used in actual context, but the way we all use it, is just
it's
fucking
stupid.
dumb.
It's a dumb word. I hate it. Full stop.
Yeah.
God damn.
You know, I feel like I really miss live streaming. I'm really sad. Like I just want it back. I want everything back to normal. I haven't live streamed or made a video in such a long time. It's horrible.
5 days, calm down. But sure.
No, but that's a long time for me.
No, I know it is. I know. I'm joking. That's tough, especially since you have 7 channels. I wish that was an exaggeration, but it's just not. It's just not an exaggeration whatsoever. That's brilliant. And we were just on also the Animus Island podcast. Finally, the other Assassin's Creed podcast that's not your Luma's and ours.
Yeah,
that was good fun. Not as long as I expected, because it's just you and me usually talk forever. But I think we were literally dead. We were so exhausted.
Yeah, we'd done so much that weekend. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, that was a crazy one.
Just don't have it in me.
Non-stop. I mean, both of us non-stop making videos, trying to organise our podcast we were doing, which is 3 hours long, and all these other videos for the rest of the week. And you're setting up like renovations, and I was working on the weekend and doing YouTube as well, and that's when we recorded the Division. But like, it was a fucking crazy weekend.
That was a lot of stuff, yeah.
And when we sat down, I was like, this will be like 2 hours, but it was half an hour. It was good. It was a good time.
Yeah.
And it was nice to see how that format works, because I'd listened to like bits and pieces of them, but I hadn't seen it all in effect. Now it would work.
Yeah. Same.
But it just goes to show how good our community is in particular, not just Assassin's Creed, but the Kill Connor Club community, because they all went over and sent love to Aftermath and that podcast.
Hell yeah. That was good.
And that's why I love everyone. Everyone in the world.
Everyone.
No one's off limits.
Oh,
you can't
God.
escape the love.
But yeah.
So,
That was good.
Speaking of that podcast, we talked about something, and this was the first time I've heard about it, and then this has been a huge topic of discussion between you and I, and Ethan for the last week.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Fine Bros. I didn't even know what that was. And for those who don't know, do you want to explain, James, what this debacle with the Fine Brothers are? And who are the Fine Brothers?
Okay, so the Fine Brothers are YouTubers. They do a series. I mean, like, if you even if you don't know them, you probably know of their series, possibly. They do a bunch of series like called React. So they do like kids react to different YouTube stuff and technology and games and stuff. Elders react, teens react, YouTubers react. All these React series, right? And essentially what they did the other day is, I mean, they copyrighted the term React along with a bunch of other things like kids react, teens react. I mean, I think that's fair enough because that's their series. However, they copyrighted the term React, and also another one they did was try not to smile or laugh. They copyrighted that phrase, but that doesn't even belong to them. Like, that's not even like a them thing. Like,
I didn't know that one.
They've never uploaded a video with that. Like, what is that? Why have they copyrighted that? I don't even know. So that's a thing, and basically what happened is it got out, everyone knew about it. They announced this thing called React World, where it's like, oh, now we've copyrighted it, so if you make a React video that's not through us legally, then we're going to take your video down, or we're going to like give it match third-party content so that we can get loads of money from it and stuff. So if you want to make a React video, then it has to go through us.
But it was also it didn't just mean react to anything video. Like, it was them talking about their format of React, which is still... How do you own that? You weren't the first people to do it, but it wasn't specifically, as huge as react to this ending of a game, or it wasn't just any React video. It was the way they format their videos.
Yeah, but that's what they said. However, they were taking down videos that had React in the title. Like, any video they were like, that's where everything came from, because loads of videos were being taken down. Too. Yeah, plus that. Then that got a load of hate, and they started losing subscribers rapidly. And then they made another video updating everything. But the entire thing's this, like, horrible, like, condescending video where they were just like, you're all fucking idiots. Why would you think that we're wrong and all this? And, like rolling their eyes and just, like, it was ridiculous. And they just made everything worse, and it got hundreds of thousands of dislikes. And they just started losing loads of subscribers. I think they're still losing now. However... not as fast as they were before, and I think they lost in total, over the first 2 days, I think they lost 250,000 subscribers, so I don't know how many they've lost by this point, but it was ridiculous, and everyone, like, lost their shit about it, and it was crazy, but it was hilarious as well.
They've deleted all of their videos about it. I didn't realize that, because I was going to check, because they got millions of views and a billion fucking dislikes.
Yeah, see, at this point, they've deleted those videos, they've discontinued the React World idea, they've given back the copyright, so they now don't own any of the phrases they said they owned. And
they've lost over 500,000 subscribers.
So there we go, that's what they've achieved through this. They're back at the start, but with 500,000 subscribers less, so...
It's just a big backward step for them in a way. But they still got what's really making the money, it's views. And they got a lot more views than usual, though.
They did, but then they took down the videos.
They're still making money, don't they, from that? They still make money from that.
I don't know, do they?
Yeah, plus their videos that... If you look at the videos that came out around it, got lots more views than usual too.
Yeah, but they also got a hell of a lot of dislikes. Like, did you see, like, they released a video
But
after they got
dislikes
all the
isn't
hate?
going to give them less money.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, it got, like, something like 200,000 dislikes, and it was ridiculous. They don't even get that many likes. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's true. I'll say every video they probably put out now still gets more dislikes, even though it's like an actual reacting video.
Yeah.
And they finally fixed that, because when it was still mid that happening when we were on the Animus Island podcast, that was all going on, and you guys were explaining it to me. I'm like, wait, what? And they finally discontinued that. And Ethan streamed on a fishy jokester.
I mean, originally that channel was just some channel he had, like a random alt that was just called Unknown Unknown. But once the stream that he did started getting hundreds and hundreds of viewers, he just changed the name to Fishy Jokester, and that channel is currently almost on 2,000 subscribers, I think.
Jesus,
which is ridiculous. It started off on about
the stream
30.
the stream has 350,000 views. It had over 2,000 people watching live at one point to that stream. Like, it was fucking ridiculous. I couldn't believe it. We were talking to Ethan, like, this is crazy. Has over 11,000 likes, 350,000 views, and it was just him streaming the subscriber count going down with a bunch of crazy GIFs on it. And people were
amazing. And he doesn't have that channel monetized or anything, so he made absolutely no money from that, but he would have made a lot if he had. I mean, a decent amount for one stream like that, and it kills me inside.
Classic James crying over that money.
But he, like, and then that gained his main channel so many views, because he started that stream and he had about 2,200 subscribers on his main channel, and after the streams I think he was on like 2,700 or something. I'm not sure what he's on now, but
he gained 400 subs, over 400 subs from that stream. Is crazy. I couldn't believe it. Like, he struck gold in a way. Like, how he was there were heaps of those streams going on, but his was just probably the most viewed one.
It's because it was the crazy one with all those GIFs and everything. Plus, he actually interacted with the people as well.
Yeah, in the chat. I mean, if you think, he went viral. Yeah. Ethan went viral.
He did.
That's easily viral. 50,000 views is in some ways used to be considered viral. 350,000 views. Fuck yeah, that's a viral video, especially in 24 hours, 48 hours. That's what crazy. You call a viral fucking video, and Ethan did it. I expected nothing less from the ultimate troll.
If it was going to be one of us, it was going to be Ethan.
It had to be. The ultimate troll gets the ultimate YouTube hack. Classic Ethan. Classic Ethan.
That was hilarious.
My God. So, it is Valentine's Day, technically, I guess. What are your plans, or are they surprise secret plans?
I don't have any plans.
You have no plans?
No.
Are you seeing Elva?
Yeah.
You're seeing Elva, but you have no plans on Valentine's Day?
No.
You're a horrible boyfriend.
Deadpool.
Yeah, that's... Deadpool.
High five.
So, I'm guessing that was your choice of a film as well?
No, actually. Not necessarily.
What does that mean?
I mean...
necessarily.
Well, I mean, not entirely.
Not entirely, okay. Not entirely. It was mostly like 99% you?
No, I'd say more of a 50-50.
Bullshit. Anyway. But those are your plans. Come on, James.
Fantastic. Don't worry about it.
You've got something else planned.
No, don't worry. I got this. I got this in the bag.
You've got this in the bag?
Yeah.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
And unfortunately, I can't be there for a Valentine's Day date this year in London. Unfortunately, it's not happening this year. Sadly, the quote unquote hashtag London love, as Victoria Atkin would call it. But one day it'll happen. But at least we're podcasting on Valentine's Day, not really on Valentine's Day. But it's out then. This is when it's out.
Tell them that. Look, I swear it's actually live.
It's actually live, yes.
I just got poked on Facebook. I didn't even know that was a thing anymore. Who the fuck poked me on Facebook?
Do you get notifications from pokes?
Apparently, it says you have 2 pokes. I've clicked it, and it's like, I don't know what it's telling me to do. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing? Stop it! Stop! Fuck off!
I don't think I even know where pokes would appear if I'd been poked.
No, I don't even have them. Like I'm in the notifications. There's no pokes. I don't know what it's doing. Why are you lying to me, Facebook? Fuck off.
What is wrong with you?
Okay, sorry. I got excited about the pokes, then I realized I didn't have any and got extremely disappointed.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, God. Well, so you're Deadpooling on Valentine's Day.
For sure.
Nice romantic date.
700%.
Well, I get to have a great Valentine's Day this year, actually.
Okay.
I'll be working, and yep.
Oh damn! I'm
That's
jealous.
it. That's it.
Oh.
That'll be that.
I'm disappointed now because I really want to do that.
I'll be on the Tinders, maybe, possibly, like I am right now, swiping.
Oh, what Tyler?
That's alright. I'm not sad. I'm a sorority. Not really at all. I fucking love myself. I'm gonna take myself out to dinner. I'm gonna treat myself with something nice. It'll be fucking awesome. My one true love, myself.
Well.
Until the day I arrive in London. And then
we have romance beyond anyone's wildest dreams.
And Elva will be the third wheel, and she can take some photos.
Victoria really doesn't know what she's created here.
She has no idea. Like, the day it happens, we'll message her and she would have forgotten about it. It's like, who the fuck are these guys? Why are they tweeting me this? I don't care about this. And we're all like, she'll love this. She'll fucking love it. She's like,
we'll do a podcast and we'll get everyone to go send her pictures and hashtag London Love.
Hashtag Kill Con Club. Hashtag London Love. Hashtag look
She's
what you
thinking,
did.
oh my god, my book's gone viral. It's like, no, it has a different meaning.
You did this. You did this to us.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, that's gonna be great though. That's gonna be hilarious. Now, I want to bring another topic up to you.
Okay.
So, dreams.
Okay.
I'm not talking about aspirations. I'm talking about actual just dreaming when you sleep.
Okay.
The thing you do when you sleep. Now, I had some weird thing happen to me this week. It's not often. You know how you know those people that like really care about dreams and they like tell you that dream means something. I'm like, please, you need therapy. Like, it's a dream. But
yeah,
I think so. In some ways, like your subconscious can tell you things. Like, I believe that, but not like you can't predict the future or anything. But it can tell you things of kind of how you're feeling or what you're thinking about a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's exactly like super mysterious things, but there can be some meanings. But I'd never had a real experience that I really cared about dreams, that I was like thinking about it a lot and wondering what the hell was that. I had a really crazy dream this week that I was at the top of a skyscraper. Like, top couple floors.
What skyscraper? Where was it?
So it's called the Eureka Tower. It's the biggest building in the Southern Hemisphere. It's in Melbourne, so it's in the place I live. I've been up it heaps of times. You can like go up to the top in the sky deck. But you know when you dream and you're in a place and it looks nothing like that place, but you're like in your head, but it's this, like school. It doesn't look like school, but it's school. You know, in your head, you tell yourself it's that. So it's supposed to be the Eureka Tower, and it's supposed to be Melbourne. It looked nothing like the city I live in. It looked nothing like the tower. But just in my head...
What did it look like, though?
Just a building. Generic building in a generic weird city. But in my head, I'm like, this, you know, I'm just up this building. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird. It's hard to explain. And... I was at the top. Things were happening. I was up there for some sort of business thing. I'm like, well, I don't, nothing to do with what I do. So, but there's a whole bunch of people I didn't know. And for some reason, the tower started swaying. And
Okay.
I was like, what the fuck's going on? And I kept asking people, what's going on down the bottom? Is something happening? And then the tower falls over, like it tips.
Oh no.
And I was so in the zone of the dream that I believed it was happening. Like, I was freaking the fuck out. And I discovered what I'd do if that had happened to me. There's no final... It turns out there's no final words from me. I literally just stand there in shock. Mouth open like, what? And that's it. And then I stand there as the tower falls.
Oh, jeez.
And I just fell over. I didn't die. And then I just kept reliving it, but each time I relived it, I was trying to figure out a way to not die.
Okay.
Like, so I'd fall and it would I guess kill me, but then I'm up there again and I'm like, okay, let's try this again. And I try to figure out a way to survive it until I woke up, but it really fucked me up strangely. I don't know why. And I actually was looking up and Googling dream meanings. I felt horrible doing it, but I did it. It was bizarre. Like, it was such a weird thing that the dream affected me that much that the whole day I was thinking about it, that I found myself Googling, like, what does that mean? Collapsing buildings. And why did it freak me out? I guess, yeah, I don't know. Have you ever had a dream that affects you more than you anticipate, or that kind of leaves you thinking about it for a while?
I'm not sure. I mean, maybe, but I can't think. I don't know. I feel like there has been, but I can't remember. I'm not entirely sure. I remember it all of a sudden. But yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
Like, eventually you'll forget. Like, I have dreams that I remember since I was a kid. Like, when I was a kid, I had them because they fucked me up.
Yeah.
All nightmares though.
I have one.
Yeah?
This is weird though, because it's not even normal, but when I was younger, it terrified me, and I just always remember it because it was so scary, but, I mean, it wasn't, but it was at the time. So, I was at, like, this is the dream, I was with my mum, and we went to her friend's house or something, and we were in her house, and for some reason, she had, like, a big container outside, like a storage crate thing, and it was like full of garden gnomes for
like
some
Fable
reason.
or something.
Yeah, and then they attacked me.
They attacked you.
They came to life and they attacked me, and that was it. That was the dream, but it terrified me. It was like the worst thing ever.
Have you ever had a dream that you like is in that sense that you have more than once? Like, because I used to, as a kid, think I'd dreamt it before, but then as I got older, I started to think, and I don't know if this is the case, but I realized that I dream similar dreams more than once, but it's always the same night. Like, I realized, hang on, it's not that I dreamt that before, it was that I had different versions of the same dream that one night.
Yeah, I think it was that dream. I think I feel like I've had that several times, but I don't think I have. Like,
you think it was that one time, but you kind of almost relived it like I was talking about.
Yeah.
The older I've got, I think
that's probably what happened.
I've figured out dreams more the older I've got. And like, that's a weird way to put it, figured out dreams. It's more like I'm able to interpret the dreams and remember them and break them down. If I'm more vivid. Sometimes I'll not remember anything, but if I do remember it, I remember it quite vividly. I can figure out why and what I was dreaming about or whatever. Like, it's never just... Like I said, when I was a kid, I was like, I've dreamt that before, but now I can't prove I don't remember back then whether I had or I hadn't dreamed it before, but now I don't feel like I ever dream anything twice. I just dream at different versions of it in the same night. And there are weird ones. Like, there was the movie... You ever seen Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
Not really.
So it's this old movie about a car that flies, and they go to this fucking magic land. And,
sounds on acid.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. And there's no kids allowed in this place, in this city. Like, there's no one has kids, and there's no kids exist in this place.
Well, in that case, the city's going to die out pretty quick.
And everyone hates kids. They're like vermin or something. And the king and queen get rid of kids, and there's this fucking pedophile-looking dude that has a long pointy nose, hunches over and finds kids and catches them in a net.
Okay.
And they hear about these kids, so he drives around a fake ice cream truck to lure them out and capture them.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
And that's in the movie. That fucked me up when I watched that in school in the 2nd grade. That fucked me up. That movie. Do you know how scared I was? Forever. As growing up.
That's terrifying.
That was so terrible. But it's a kid's movie. It's not an adult. It's a kid's movie. We watched it in the 2nd grade at school. We watched it. And I had nightmares for weeks about it. This guy. And I remember this dream so vividly. And it's weird to say vividly because I went to a lot of elementary schools or primary schools. Mm-hmm. As a kid, like I went to 3 because I moved around a bit, and I spent the last primary school I was at. I ended up spending grades, 3 to 7 in, before high school. Whereas this happened in the 2nd grade. I was only there for a year or two. A year? Yeah, it was probably like a year and a half. And I remember it so vividly, but I remember the fact that all the kids at my school were there. And I can still... It's the only way I think I remember the kids I went to school with is from that dream. Back then. That's the weird part, because they were all in it, and I remember having... It was the first time I remember having, because you have, I don't know, I think it's 5 dreams a night and 2 nightmares a night. Like, that's, how people's brains work.
Okay.
On average, that's kind of, people always have nightmares and dreams, and there's so many. You have so many. This is the first time I remember having a bunch of dreams, and I couldn't wake up. All I wanted to do was wake up, and I kept dreaming of this chitty chitty bang bang pedophile looking guy, and my mum was with me, and we're walking into this shop. It's kind of weird because I can't remember being a kid, but when I remember this dream, I'm this kid. I think I'm holding my mum's hand, and she's taller than me, when now I'm double the height of my mother. So it's weird to think and be able to put myself in perspective of that age. Yeah. And I remember going in the shop, and he's out the front like a security guard watching me.
Oh, God.
And all of a sudden, all the shopkeepers turn into him.
What the fuck?
And we all try to run out, and he chases me, and all my school friends are around for some reason in school uniform, in this town. And we're all running, and the whole dream is a series of events of us trying to hide from getting captured. And I'm on my own, trying to jump fences, and for some reason there's it's like a video game almost. There's houses that people would it's like having a faction in Fallout. You'd get to them and this is the, or in Skyrim, these are the Dark Brotherhood. Or it was more I jumped a fence, got in a house, and this is my brother's place. My brother was 2 years older than me. He was 8 or 9. You know what I mean? This is my dad's, this is one of my teacher's house. It was just kind of I had to get between them to stay away from getting kidnapped. That's a dream that fucked me up as a kid. And that's one I remember so well, even now. And this is another one I had this week. It was weird. It's weird having those dreams that they mess with you, and you try to understand them, and they're so real that you remember them, and it freaks you out. I remember the next morning waking up and asking, was I awake? Heaps of times, because I was so scared. Because I kept dreaming I woke up, and I wasn't awake. That's weird.
Fucking weird.
Is that, am I the weird one? That's not a thing you do?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Well, I
can't think of any times that's happened, but I think it feels normal, but I don't...
It doesn't... I don't sound crazy, but I'm crazy.
No. Yeah.
Precisely. No, yeah. Yeah, no? Yeah, no.
Yeah. Maybe.
It's tough. Yeah, it's tough. I don't... Yeah, fuck. Yeah, it was weird. It was just a weird dream. I don't know.
Maybe it means... No, I don't know. I was gonna give it a shot then.
Supposedly, when a building going back to that dream, a building collapsing has something to do with
terrorism.
No, might be why it freaked me out so much though. Has something supposedly a building, all these websites I read, it sounds ridiculous. A building is yourself, represents yourself, but yourself
so you're
being
falling off yourself,
and it collapsing is an ambition of yours, or some stuff changing. Something's ending in your life, fully ending and changing completely.
Okay.
And depending on what level of the building you're on is what kind of thing it is. Whether it's a personal issue that you keep deep inside, that's the lower levels, or it's kind of like an ambition you have, that's the higher levels.
Are you trying to tell me Kill Connor Club is over, Tyler? Is that what this is?
Not
is this
at
a metaphor
all. No,
to break
no,
it to
no.
me easily?
No, not at all. It's among other things. Like when I read it, I was like, I kind of get that. There's nothing to do with YouTube though. It's more personal stuff that I'm kind of,
Fuck for that.
Obviously, it's James. My dreams told me the Kill Connor Club has to end. The Lord speaks to me, and
I understand, man. I get that all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It happens, man. It just gotta happen. I'm sorry, man. But yeah, it's over. It's done. Until right now, we keep going. But that was a weird tangent. I didn't expect that to talk about that long. Dreaming. But I would like to know. People tell me, is that normal? I want to know whether that's a normal thing that happens.
Sounds like a normal thing to me.
It kind of does to me too, but just in case, people leave in the comments. Is that normal? Have you had dreams that have fucked you up, and you remember them years and years later?
I have a bunch like that. I remember one time, the dinosaur from Toy Story.
Yeah.
It was attacking my town. Like, but it was massive.
You have the weirdest dreams
It scared the shit out of me.
Objects and toys attacking you.
That's weird. Maybe that's a thing. Like, I remember one time. Oh, this was weird. I haven't explained this one because it was so. I don't even remember it properly. But I was in a shop, and I was with my mum, and we were looking at like this. Was it jewelry? I don't know whether it was jewelry. It was something shiny, anyways. And I remember I touched it, and there was.
Oh my god!
What the fuck? Like, I teleported to like a street near my house. And I think, like, Emma Watson was there. I don't remember.
That's a good
weird.
dream. Was she in your bed?
Unfortunately not. I mean, I was 6, so I don't know what I would have done in that situation.
Wet your pants?
It was weird, though. It was weird. There's something to do with a butterfly as well. I don't remember it too much.
Oh, that's so strange. That's so weird. Those are weird ones, but, like, it makes sense. Like, I'm sure I've had similar ones of weird, just objects and toys coming to life and assaulting me.
It was fucked up.
It reminds me, we had a phase. It was one of the Tyler's Tales was when I had sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
But then I looked up what sleep paralysis was. Like, did have it, but it wasn't the normal sleep paralysis of.
Yeah, you said.
And it became a thing. You and I talking privately back and forth, watching YouTube videos on sleep paralysis, because supposedly sleep paralysis commonly happens that people have visions and hallucinations of demons raping them.
Yeah.
Or like touching them, or they can feel breathing or hear talking, or they can see some black figure. Like, oh fuck, it's giving me goosebumps. You can Google it or watch on YouTube people talking about those stories, and it's common. Like, there's common figures that people see all the time. Like, it's not one person sees this figure all the time. It's like 100 people see the same person all the time. Like, there's different myths of sleep paralysis, of like the old woman that does this to you, or the skeleton that does this. Like, people have the similar hallucinations all the time. Like, there's heaps of common ones. I'm sure there's plenty of unique ones as well. But I didn't have any of that. Like, I just kind of couldn't move. I just couldn't move. Whereas in this...
You're fucking lucky.
Where, yeah, in the common one is you can't move and you have hallucinations. So you can't do anything when you see these people there touching you. And people feel like it's real. Like, they talk about being raped and molested by, like, a demon. And one, like, and you and I were talking about it, and we got fucking goosebumps. Do you remember some of them?
Yeah, that was weird. Remember the one, it was like some woman or something, and like she was like laying on her side, and she could hear movement behind her, and then like something like got into bed behind her and like put their arm like on her, and then like whispered in her ear like, "You're not ready yet," and then got up and walked off.
Oh,
I was like, what the fuck, man?
Oh god,
Jesus.
That stuff freaked me out. Because at first I'm like, sleep paralysis is no big deal. Even when I had it, I was going, oh, this is just sleep paralysis. I just need to go back to sleep. I'll be alright. Could you imagine if I stayed awake and tried to and I freaked out?
Oh Jesus.
Oh my god. Oh, it could be much worse.
Because you didn't even know. Like, you said to me, like, you didn't know that was a thing.
Did not know that was a thing.
That would have been even worse. Like, you wouldn't even know. You'd be like, wait, what the fuck? Like,
Oh,
oh no. That
oh,
would've been
dude.
fucked up.
Oh, God. I'm gonna cry. I don't. I don't even want to think about it. Oh God.
But I mean, you like when you had it, like you knew you were like, okay, right, sleep paralysis. Like, if you'd have known about the hallucination shit and had sleep paralysis, do you think you would have known, like, oh, okay, I got sleep paralysis, and then would you be consciously aware, like, okay, this isn't real, so like, because I know about this, or like, would it be like a dream where when you're in a dream it feels real, so like that kind of thing?
Well, suppose it feels real as anything, as being awake. And I know sleep paralysis to me, I was awake. That's what I suspected. I don't know. I just couldn't move my body. I thought I was awake. Maybe, I don't know. I don't even know anymore because it was a year and a half ago. And I didn't think about that hallucinating at the time. Whereas now I'm like, what happened? You know? Whereas people talk about they can feel the presence happening and they can move their eyes and they try to look around and they hear things and see things and it's, oh God, it's giving me goosebumps. Like, it's spine-tingling stuff. You can watch on YouTube, hear people talk about it, and it's the scariest fucking shit ever. It's so freaky. My God.
Oh God.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Well, on to something a bit more fun.
Okay.
We've got a Q&A segment this time because we don't have the live audience interaction, so I asked people to leave questions, and we have questions.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to go through them, James, and pick and ask the ones?
I can do. We've got one that I think I know the answer to, but I think we should ask anyway. Nicholas Netz said, "Whatever happened to Ruthless Productions?"
Oh, okay. So, for those who don't know, Ruthless Productions was my only ever second channel. That's not true, but a second channel I had, where I haven't actually ever told this story before, and it's kind of a fitting story that it's on the Kill Connor Club because the Kill Connor Club plays into it. I started at mid-2014, probably around June, July. I'd been planning it all year. I took a gap year from between high school and university, and I wanted to stop doing AC videos. I wanted to just have a channel where I could talk about movies, TV shows, and video games, and play games, and do podcasts just with my mates, Corey and Joel. So we started a channel together. It was mainly me, but like they were always there to do, we do gameplay videos together. I had a series where I did Skyrim videos with Corey. I was doing Watch Dogs videos with Joel. We did a podcast together, and then I did sometimes reviews on things. I had such a huge schedule planned. It was a huge undertaking. It was just going to be. I was gonna, and I've never said this. I don't think that I was going to stop doing videos on this channel on Tynamite.
Oh shit.
That was the plan, and I was gonna do Ruthless Productions full time because I was just done with Tynamite. Oh, at the time it was AC Follower. I was just done with it. It's partly the name because it restricted me so much.
Yeah.
That I was just like, I don't care if I have 10 subscribers on Ruthless. I'd rather do that than just talk about Assassin's Creed anymore. That's what I was at that point. It was before Uni came out. I was so it was after Assassin's Creed 3. And then Black Flag had come out, which was a great game, but it didn't tide me over Assassin's Creed-wise. I still felt like I hadn't played an Assassin's Creed game since Revelations. So it was tough. I don't know. It was just a tough time for me making videos. I really wanted to do other things. Then in August, James asked me to do a live stream with him, and that changed everything.
I think it's more you. You were like, we should collab, guys.
Was it me,
it was it was definitely you. Because I remember, I was like, yeah, okay, I love that. Like, I would never ask other people to do something because I just don't. I can't be bothered. So I'm like, I would never be like, hey, we should do a video together because I just know I wouldn't be bothered to do that. And I feel like it was you. Like, hey, like we're all like at the same level. We should do something together or something. And I was like, okay. So then once you said that, then I was like, okay, live stream.
I'm a pusher. I'm a pusher. I push things on people. When I want something, I'll just nag them until it happens. The podcast is built off me nagging James. James? What, Tyler? What the fuck do you want now? Podcast? Like, that's this podcast.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I guess, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd say it was this podcast that changed everything. It was because I think the thing was I hadn't had fun making YouTube videos on AC Follower in a long time. I haven't had a month. I think I went a month without doing a video. In one stage mid-year, and then I was doing Ruthless, and I said I was telling people, come over to Ruthless Productions, really cool. I'm still doing videos in this though. When it was more like get everyone over there and then fuck off, AC Follower kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then the live stream happened, and I had more fun than I've ever had on YouTube, and it was about Assassin's Creed again. So it just kind of rejuvenated me in a way, and it was the first time I started to get involved in with other channels like you and Joe, and really have that community. So I don't know, it changed everything, man. This podcast changed everything for me, and then
thank fuck.
Yeah, my God, I know, right? And I kind of Ruthless Productions didn't last that long because I also realized I was moving the next year, like, because that kind of became a big thing that I was going to move. So then I couldn't do videos with Joel and Corey anymore. So that kind of killed the ambition a bit. So we kind of slowed down and then just completely stopped. And then Google Plus had kind of come in around that year. So I ended up thinking, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to change the channel name to Tynamite. And that happened. I ended Ruthless Production. Or I just kind of stopped making videos. I thought I'd keep going. It just didn't happen. I knew I was going to move. And then Tynamite happened. I realized I could make whatever I wanted. And my God, you know, the rest is history. The Kill Connor Club becomes a thing, and it saved the channel.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, even now, Tynamite Plays, that Watch Dogs episode I put out, was from Ruthless Productions. I've brought several videos over from Ruthless Productions. I did it early 2015, excuse me. Battlefield 4 videos with Joel. Those are all in Ruthless Productions. They're hilarious. There's so many good videos on that channel that never got watched. So I can just bring them over to this channel and people are like, that's awesome. I'm like, well, it's been around for 2 years now. But it gives people a better chance to see things. Some things will never come across.
Yeah.
And I'll eventually, once I have everything I want over, I'll delete the channel.
Oh.
Because what's the point of having it there? Like, all the videos
I mean, it could be
liked,
there as like a little, you know, like a little archive and stuff. It's just there, you know, like it's like a dead, like old abandoned house.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Just leave it there to just gather dust in the corner.
Yeah, it's I mean, it was such a great idea. I loved the concept behind it. I wish I could have done it, but I think I'm happy with how everything turned out. I'm happy that I got to change this channel name, and I've said it was the best decision I ever made, moving it to Tynamite. And now, look where we are now. I get to do all the fun stuff I want to do, and I love doing YouTube more now than I ever have. So
yeah,
it's just one of those things. Just one of those things.
Good. That is good.
What's another question?
There's one here that I was looking at from Hipstone Jamie, who asked, "What's your favorite piece of music from an Assassin's Creed game?" And he said his favorite would be an unsubtle approach from Revelations, which I don't even know what that is.
That's a good one. That's like the main. Oh, I'm not gonna try this. I was gonna.
Is it? I thought that was called Road to Masyaf.
No, that's the long one. An unsubtle approach is about 50 seconds long. It's
Oh, I know which one you mean. I think.
Yeah. It's the one that plays at the end of the multiplayer, and when at the end of sequence 6 when Ezio jumps in the boat and he goes, sorry for the delay.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, that is beautiful. I love that music.
What's yours, James? What's your favorite piece of music?
I'm trying to find it. So you go say yours, and I'm gonna try and find the name of mine. Real quick.
Mine is Ezio's Family, and it's not even close. That original piece of Ezio's Family. And I've said it before how important I think soundtrack is to games, how much it can add to a game. It did a lot for Syndicate for me. That soundtrack is freaking beautiful. And I think the first time I said, oh my God, it was the first time I ever got goosebumps playing Assassin's Creed was at the start. I played Assassin's Creed 1, no goosebumps, it was just a fun game. It was right at the start of Assassin's Creed 2. I played the first one, that didn't do all that, you know, it didn't change my life. You know, 20 minutes into Assassin's Creed 2, I have chills when I heard Ezio's Family for the first time in that opener. That was amazing, and it still gives me chills. It's easily, not even close, that's my favourite piece of music. There's some great ones, but that to me is easily the best.
Yeah, I think I think I would either go. I can feel a fucking breeze. Why can I feel a breeze? My windows are all shut. Anyways, I think either Ezio's Family, which is amazing, or I like Labored and Lost from Revelations, which is the music that
That's
plays
nice.
when you get the first Civ cutscene of the first Civ being destroyed and everything, and they did like a little
The
I
Toby
suppose
catastrophe.
like a yeah, they did like a little remake of that song for Assassin's Creed Chronicles India. They kind of took the track and changed it a little bit for some of the first Civ segments of India, and I really liked that it was in the game. I was like, that's cool. I like that piece of music. But yeah, I really like that. Whenever they played that in Revelations or when it came up in AC3, I like Labor and Lost. It's a good track.
It just music that you love makes things better when they bring it into future installments, and I like because you can't do it you can't just bring NCS Family into the new games because it fits the setting. It's a setting based song and piece of music. Like it worked again in Brotherhood. I think it easily could have worked in Revelations, and they didn't do it. But they also had a different composer for quite a bit of it.
Yeah.
They still had Yes We Kid, but they also had Lorne Buff.
Lawn Bowl,
Lawn Bowl.
something like that. Anyways,
Lawn Bowl.
Lawn Ball.
Yeah, I think
That's who it was for sure.
but I like that they've done variants of the Ezio's Family in Rogue and in Syndicate.
It was in Unity as well.
No, it wasn't. When was it in Unity?
Yeah, it was in Unity. It was in the Unity main theme. It's like a bit. It's in the background. It's like does the normal like just that annoying noise that the Unity one does.
Sure.
And then it does. You can hear in the background like the whole like does that like kind of rises and then falls into another tune.
Okay, that's
like,
that's tough. That's like an Easter egg almost. Like that's
kind
not
of,
straight in your face. This is just this version of Ezio's Family, like the Rogue theme is.
yeah, but Rogue definitely and Syndicate definitely as well. They also put it in China, Chronicles China.
Yeah, I did hear that. But to me, I like those variants. But to me, easily Ezio's Family, the original one, fucks and shits on all of them though.
Yeah, I also like Venice Rooftops, which sounded like Ezio's Family, but it was more like an action, fast-paced version of it.
Yeah.
And it had a different piece of music kind of overlaid with it as well, but it sounded really cool.
God, how good was Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood
Assassin's Creed 2
soundtrack?
was fantastic. Oh, I love the music from AC2. It's the one where you're just in Florence, just the normal like free roaming Florence music.
Oh my god!
I love
goosebumps.
that soundtrack. It's so good.
You know a game's good when just generic, music that you just walk around to gives you goosebumps. My god, that's a soundtrack and a half.
It's amazing, yeah, it's fantastic. Like the one from Constantinople in Revelations.
Those are beautiful.
Just normal music for that is so good.
What's your favorite just soundtrack, not just piece of music, but speaking of, what's your favorite soundtrack from a game of Assassin's Creed?
Like overall
soundtrack. Because mine is Revelations. Because I think not only are the main themes the best, but the walk around songs, and they change in each sequence has like a theme song when you just walk around, and they give me goosebumps.
The one that I like, the one that's like it makes it's like a weird like noise. It sounds like someone's got like a string from a guitar and they're kind of like pulling it apart, and it kind of just sounds like like it's a really weird noise to make, but it sounds beautiful when you're just walking around Constantinople.
Oh, there's so many good ones, isn't it? You liked Assassin's Creed 3 a lot, didn't you?
I liked no, I didn't like the main theme. That was the only thing I liked. The rest of it was shit.
Oh, see, I hated the main theme. I hate the main theme of Assassin's Creed 3. Like,
but that's
I guess
probably
it's
because of what AC3 is like. Yeah,
you hate Unity's.
I hate it so much.
But it's because you hate the game. I think you're right. I think you are right. It's because you hate the game, whereas I don't mind Unity soundtrack. It's not great. It's not a standout whatsoever, but it's fine.
No, it's
I
terrible.
hate Assassin's Creed 3 soundtrack. That main theme makes me upset.
No, see, I like that. I think it's awesome. Sometimes they use that in really cool places. Like, they used it in the DLC, but it was like a redone version. It sounded really cool. But I hate Unity. The beginning bit of Unity is like it kind of sounds like the AC3 bit, like the beginning where it's just got that little like sound. But in Unity, it's like they've done it with this really shit keyboard thing, and it's like fuck off Unity. And then they try and slip in a bit of Ezio's Family, and I just want to snap my neck. Don't fucking use that.
Your rage is so funny. See, I can't stand the Assassin's Creed 3 soundtrack. The Black Flag one's just kind of Pirates of the Caribbean.
I love Black Flag.
It's good. It is good. Syndicates was great. What a step up that was. My God.
Syndicates was fantastic.
They nailed it.
Remember Assassin's Creed 1, there were some pieces of music in that I really liked, but the game didn't have a main theme. They used...
Yeah.
The main theme that they used was the chase theme. That was like the main theme, but it wasn't a main theme.
Yeah, you're right.
Weird.
That
weird as fuck.
There's no standouts in Assassin's Creed 1. It was all just kind of ambient noise and ambient music. There was no, like you said, theme songs. There was no riffs that were like, oh wow, that just brings me back.
There's one thing that they sometimes use in newer Assassin's Creed games. It was in the first one. And it was the sound effect you get, like the little bit of music, like snippet you get when you collect a flag in the game, and it kind of just goes, just like some weird noise. And they sometimes use it in newer games. I'm like, oh, that's from the first one. And
oh yeah, weird. No, it took me a while to figure that out. I'm like, what are you talking about? I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. That was yeah, I think Assassin's Creed 2's. Well, see, Brotherhood could be my favorite as well, because to me, Brotherhood soundtrack is Assassin's Creed 2 soundtrack plus extra songs.
I don't know, because Assassin's Creed 2 had some really, really good ones. Like, it had the Florence music, all of that was really cool.
True.
It had the Venice stuff. Venice Rooftops is such a good track. The thing that I really love about Brotherhoods, though, is the City of Rome track.
Yeah.
Which is just so good. I used to use that all the time in news videos in the background, but now I choose the Rogue theme. Yeah, mostly because it's become a joke.
Yeah.
So I just have to use it now.
I also think my favourite song from Brotherhood was Echoes of Roman Ruins. I love City of Rome, but Echoes of Roman Ruins. There's a part in that song that has like the harmony, the kind of that Ezio's family voice, that kind of chorus or choir, I should say, that kind of choir sound to it. It plays, the main part I could say it plays in is when it plays ambiently when you kind of go around, but it also plays when Desmond and the crew drop down into the vault from the Santa Maria Adequale church. Mm-hmm. When they drop down and activate the pedestal and they go down into that hall where, and it happens when Ezio goes down there for the Romulus key as well. We in that room, but Ezio doesn't go into the vault where he puts the apple, whereas, Desmond and that go through that door where Desmond goes down into the little pool or whatever for the Romulus door. Like, it plays that song.
I want to give it a little listen, see what it sounds like.
It's
probably, I do know this.
Yeah, it's probably like a minute in, and they have, and yeah, so it's more of a section of that song is amazing, whereas the whole song is just kind of like, it's a good song. You know what I mean? I'll put it in if I remember to put it in.
Oh, yeah, I can hear the bit you're talking about.
Yeah, beautiful.
Oh, piece. Yeah, I love that bit.
Yeah, that's a great piece.
That's a good that's a good song.
I love it. Great question, Hips Don't Jamie, because I love talking about the music of Assassin's Creed. There's some amazing music, and it brings you back memories, because I was talking to someone about this the other day, of how important music is for memory, because you can associate a song with a memory. I have an album that I was listening to of a band of when I went to Italy on my trip overseas, and whenever I hear any song from that album, I think of that trip, and it makes the album better. It makes me love that music, and that's why there's parts in. I can listen to the Assassin's Creed soundtrack, and it brings me back to not just playing the old games, but the feeling I had when it was new, when Assassin's Creed was new.
Fantastic.
And even just being in, I don't know, the 10th grade, of high school, because that's what I used to listen to that. And I remember talking to my friends about Assassin's Creed all the time. Like, it's the memories of how you enjoyed it. It's special. Something special about music.
It's the best thing. Like, you can go back to play Assassin's Creed 2, and it's like, whoa, like, it feels like exactly like it did in 2009, and it's like, this is the best. Like, it's so great that music can do that, and especially with Assassin's Creed, because those games have such good memories, and like, just by playing through the games and hearing like the music again, it's so good.
I can get emotional. I get a bit emotional when I hear some Assassin's Creed songs.
Great. I love Salvation of Folly, that track from AC2, but they also played it at the end of Embers.
It's great. I know exactly what you're talking about. I love that. They have some. In Embers, what I loved about Embers, they used tracks from all 3 Ezio games. And some really good ones. Like, they didn't use Ezio's Family, but they used some really cool ambient ones. Like, they used that one, Echoes of Roman Ruins, I was talking about. At one section when Ezio's sending off Flavia, Marcello, and Sophia away when he and Shao Yun are going to take care of those guys. Like, I'm just pulling up iTunes now on my computer so I could just kind of preview some of the songs I don't have. Because I don't have all the soundtracks on whatever, just on my computer sitting there. I forgot how to, speak words in English just then. That was weird. That was odd. Yeah, I'd say my favorite favorite soundtrack is probably Revelations, but the whole Ezio trilogy has amazing soundtracks. Syndicate soundtracks also amazing, and Black Flags is really good too, I think.
Yeah.
What's the top selling song? Ezio's Family. Okay, what a shock. I was like, what'll be the most? Not shocked.
Why was there in Assassin's Creed 2? They had a bunch of variations of Ezio's Family. Like, they had Ezio's Family, then there was one called Earth.
I love
which
Earth.
Sounded so similar. Like, they were really similar.
Earth has no... Earth is pretty much Ezio's Family, except it doesn't have the main chorus and choir. It's just kind of the music of Ezio's Family. It's just like the instrumental version, and it plays through the credits of AC2. I love Earth, because to me, when I listen to Ezio's Family, there's a peak of the song, and then it's all kind of downhill from there. Like, it's all amazing, but it kind of builds up, and then it just kind of lingers on. The song lingers on when it hits the main peak. Whereas Earth, you can kind of just enjoy the whole song, because there's no, oh, this is the best bit. Oh, it's all downhill from here. It's just kind of good the whole way through as an ambient version of Ezio's Family. So what was the Forley one you were saying?
Salvation of Forley.
Salvation of Forley. Man, AC2 soundtrack was big.
Yeah, it plays in Assassin's Creed 2 when you finish sequence 6 in Assassin's Creed 2 when you're just leaving Forley on the boat with Leonardo. And you're like, you've just spoke to Carina Sforza. It plays that in the background, and Leonardo's telling Ezio about like how she's the what is she again?
She's
her position.
The madam, or the Duchess of Forley?
Duchess of Forley. That's the one. Yeah.
I can't find
and then
it on the
Ezio just has that little Italian bit where he's like, she sounds like my kind of woman. That's great.
Yeah, it's a far out. I'm trying to find it. Like, I'm on the AC2 soundtrack on iTunes. It's not there because I know there's so many songs. It's like 33 songs. Because I get to. Because it's got, like, in order as they play, so it kind of tells the story. There's Approaching Target 1, Approaching Target 2, Home in Florence, and then it's just Venice Fight. Florence Escape, Tour of Venice. There's no Forley mentioned.
That's really weird.
Salvation of Forley. Wetlands Escape, Wetlands Combat, like the Wetlands.
Yeah, I'm looking as well. I can't find it either. That's fucking weird. Did they not put that on the soundtrack?
I feel like there's the soundtrack's big. Like, there's a 2-parter to the soundtrack, but I can't see it anymore. It's not there. Like, do you remember? Can you kind of hum it for me just so I can remember?
No, see, now I think about it, all I can think about is Venice Rooftops. It's like, oh no, because now I'm thinking about that Brotherhood one as well. I actually don't remember what it sounds like. It's like it's the one from the ending of Embers when he's reading out like the I was a young man, blah 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 letter that he left for Sophia.
Yeah.
Oh, how does it start? I don't remember. It's like the oh fuck, I don't remember. I actually don't fucking remember.
It's tough. The Brotherhood one had a lot of new ones, surprisingly, that I think about it.
I know when it plays as well. It's in the Bonfire of the Vanities DLC when Ezio gives that speech when he goes up onto like the like platform and there's the whole crowd waiting for Savonarola to get burned.
Exactly the song you're talking about now.
Yeah.
I finally figured it out. And it's just the piano. It's really slow piano.
Yeah.
It's like dun, dun, like it kind of like builds really slow because it's kind of quiet.
And then it goes into this like big like orchestral bit towards the center of it.
I totally know the one you're talking about.
And he has that speech of the whole
Bonfire of the Vanities after he kills
22 years ago, and that's an amazing scene. I fucking love that. But for some reason, I don't know if you've noticed, that DLC's broken. Well, I mean, it's for me anyways. Whenever I play it, there's no music in the background.
Yeah,
It's
no, I'm
just
the
the
same.
scene.
I am the same.
It's weird, and I don't know why. Both the DLCs for AC2 have these points where it cuts out music and cuts out voices, and you just have like the subtitles and the person like talking, but there's no sound coming out of their mouth.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
I'm trying to find it because I feel like this. Like I'm listening, and the ambient music of Assassin's Creed 2 is unbelievable. Like, there's some amazing stuff on there. It really is. But no, I can't find the Foley one, but I'll find it eventually. I'm sure people will look it up and find it. Like, if you haven't sat around and just listened to those soundtracks, like, there's some unbelievable pieces of music on there. That was a long answering of a question.
That's on iTunes.
I love that.
It says that Assassin's Creed 2's soundtrack was released January 1st, 2007.
Because iTunes is dumb as fuck. Released 2007. Copyright 2009. Ubisoft Music. Classic.
But yeah.
On to the next question.
Okay, what else we got?
Two questions we've answered, and that's like 20 minutes. Those are solid questions.
Ace99 said, question for the podcast, not really Assassin's Creed related, but could you guys discuss what you would like to see in Watch Dogs 2 / what it would be about, and what gameplay features and things you would like to see, and what you don't want to see as well?
You can, as you are the hater of Watch Dogs, James, I'll let you discuss how you'd like it to improve in your eyes.
Okay, I actually have an idea for this, and I spoke about it before, and I think it'd be cool. Is Watch Dogs for me, right? I think we need a different city, because Chicago was a cool setting, but I feel like we need something really different. I feel like it'd be really cool if we could have some kind of different location for Watch Dogs 2. Not entirely sure where. See, I always thought London would be cool, but then we just had Syndicate, and it's like, do I really want London again? I don't know.
Yeah.
It could be cool, but I don't know. San Francisco, that could be interesting. Where else?
In outback Australia.
For sure. Yeah, I don't know. Some other kind of city. I think what I really think would be cool is, I mean, you could always carry on the story of Aiden Pierce, but I thought it'd be interesting for Watch Dogs to have a female protagonist. I feel like it would fit the game. I don't know why. I just feel like for some reason in Watch Dogs, the gameplay style and all that stuff, it'd be really interesting to see a female protagonist. Plus, Ubisoft don't tend to do a lot of that. So I don't know. It could be cool. Also, gameplay. I think there needs to be more customization. The driving needs to be slightly improved. I mean, it didn't bother me too much, but I know most people hated the driving. They thought it was like broken and awful and didn't work properly. I mean, I didn't mind it too much, but I think
you kind of learn it. You kind of like once you figure it out, it's easy. It's so natural.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you. It's like a learning curve.
Yeah, and then I think in terms of hacking, I think the missions shouldn't be structured around hacking. I feel like it should be, because a lot of the missions in Watch Dogs to me felt like, oh, to do this you have to. I feel like you shouldn't have to use the hacking at certain points. I felt like they should leave it up to you, but give you loads of options with it, because everything felt really, in the first Watch Dogs, really narrow. Like there wasn't as much as they made out that you could do. It was kind of like you can do certain things and that kind of thing. So like you had like the drain pipes, the spikes, traffic lights, the little blockade things. You could hack cars to get them open. There was cameras. There was like random boxes and stuff that could explode, or like you could make smoke come out and stuff like that. But that was about it. Like there wasn't a whole lot of stuff. And then there was stuff like bridges that you could do, and then little things like the signs. I think there needs to be, more unique stuff. So like that maybe is just used for missions. So like you've got a certain thing that you use one time in a mission, and then that's that kind of thing. But also in the open world, I think, because it all felt kind of rigid with the amount of stuff that you could hack. I feel like there needs to be more stuff. It needs to be widened and made more fluid kind of thing with the game, so it doesn't feel, I don't know, it feels like everything is disconnected kind of thing. And then yeah, I mean, other than that, just do whatever you want with the story. And then side activities. The side activities in Watch Dogs were really cool, but I think maybe make them more, because it was a lot of collect a bunch of different stuff, then you can do one cool mission. So yeah, I don't really know exactly how to improve. I just mean don't do that, I guess. There you
don't
go.
do that.
Yeah, just don't do that.
Fair enough. There's definitely some good points there.
So what do you think?
What do I think? Well, I'm a lover of Watch Dogs, as many people know. Great game, I thought. Great building block. I was like, what a great concept. You could improve it a lot. Certainly a lot to improve. And it could be the next Watch Dogs 2 could be like Assassin's Creed 2. Whereas the first game some people loved, some people hated, but that second one's like it figured itself out. In a way, it's like Watch Dogs 1 in some ways it's like trying to figure itself out. What is it? I feel like by the second one they'll know what they're trying to do. They'll know themselves better. And I feel like I'm sick and tired of Ubisoft having games where every single game the protagonist changes. For fuck's sake, just have one franchise where the protagonist doesn't change would be awesome.
Well, I mean, Assassin's Creed 1 to 3, Desmond was the main protagonist. Then we had like two brother revelations.
He was absolutely not the main protagonist. Absolutely
yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Desmond was the main character.
No, okay, absolutely no, he was not the main character. You played 10 minutes of him in all 5 games combined.
Yeah, but I loved him.
Fuck off! He's not the main character though. Just because you loved him doesn't make him the main character. No one bought Assassin's Creed going, I just want to play Desmond's 10 minutes. Fuck the rest of it. I don't care about any of the other stuff. I'm just buying the... Is that why Desmond's on the cover of all those games? Oh, wait, he's on the cover of any of the games. Shut the fuck up. What are you talking about?
That was the best. Do Ubisoft really not carry a protagonist? Oh, Splinter Cell.
Oh, yeah. Really? How many Splinter Cells do you own? No one owns Splinter Cell, James. What are you talking about?
I mean, I used to play them. I played Double Agent, I think that was one of them. Conviction, and there was another one.
Was there another one? I don't know about that.
There's Blacklist, but I have that. No, I used to like Splinter Cell.
What's Splinter Cell about?
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, anyway, I thought so. So... Their main franchises are what? Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, Watch Dogs.
But there's only been one Watch Dogs.
But they've already confirmed it's a franchise, correct?
Okay.
Like, we know there's going to be more.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying
what the fuck else do they do?
In that context, we are talking about a second Watch Dogs as well, in context.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, for this one, make it a new one. Because Far Cry and Assassin's Creed's new protagonists every year. Make this franchise, if you're doing more, at least for a little while, not forever, but like Ezio. It was nice to have Ezio 3 games, and I think Assassin's Creed, and if the rumours are to be believed, they're going to do, as I'd like to add, as I said they should do. I've got a video I released back in August that said why Assassin's Creed characters need multiple games. I made a video about it. Ubisoft obviously listening to me and taking my advice on board. I'm the main advisor. No need to pay me, guys. Actually, I'd love some money for you taking my ideas. No. But I'm just saying I think there should be the same character. For a period, at least a period. Like, I thought Aiden Pierce was fine. Like, he's not... You could do a lot with him, grow him a lot, but I thought he was good. Like, he wasn't a bad character. He was very Batman-esque. Kind of like quiet and a bit angry, and there's some depth. You know, there's some depth to him. You kind of want to. There's this layer where he's kind of protecting himself, and you only get glimpses into it. I want to really understand him. I want to know more about this guy. I want to know him. I want to be inside him. Oh, that came out wrong.
Sure, relax. I think Aiden Pierce. I mean, how many times have you played Watch Dogs? Like through?
Twice.
I haven't played through once, and that was like when it came out, I guess. And plus, I Let's Played it. Maybe I'll play it again. I think. I mean, when I played it, from what I can remember, he seemed really fucking boring. Like, just really unemotional and boring.
I need to play it again. I haven't played it since 2014. Like as in the full campaign.
Like, to me, feels a lot like Connor. Like, Connor is like, oh god, I need to protect my village, gonna kill these Templars from my villages, and then he's like, oh god, my niece, gonna kill these people for my niece, and it's like, okay.
Like every game ever's that. Like, the one goal, except is the character the same boring though all the way through him? I don't know. I need to play it. Like it has been a while. I will admit since I played Watch Dogs.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it again at some point.
I need to. There was a few interesting side characters. The world they built was interesting. Like I agree with you when you say there needs to be something different. Like I can't just be a generic city. I like that it was Chicago. I like that at least if they're introducing this world, like and this style of game that is Watch Dogs, and you need to look at the world as a weapon. You need to look at the world as something interactive. You needed to have a generic normal city, and I like that it was Chicago, and not like LA or New York, like the common ones. I like that it was Chicago, and I fucking love Chicago too. So there was that. But I agree that now it needs to be something different. Like, I thought London too, but I don't want London again because of Syndicate.
Paris.
Really? Did you say that? Paris after you? Okay, cool. If you want. I don't know either, eh? Like, something different.
I kind of like Paris. I think modern day Paris would be cool. Did you ever play The Saboteur?
No, what's that?
That was a game set. It was an open world game set in World War II, set in Paris, and you like played as like a resistance member, and you'd like fight against like the Nazis, and you'd take over certain areas. It was actually really, really good. It came out in 2009, but it was amazing. I think they were going to make a second one, but then the company went bankrupt, and they never continued the franchise.
Oh,
but it was a really cool game. It's one of the best games I've ever played, actually, especially when it came out in 2009.
Jesus, I've never heard you
really
talk about
good.
This.
Like, just thinking about it now, it was amazing.
Yeah.
I should definitely like do a live stream of that. It was a really, really fun game. Like, it was like you could climb any building, like, as well in Paris. You could like go up to like a building, you'd grab hold of like, it kind of had, you know what it was? It was like, because it had like a controlled descent kind of thing. It was like Assassin's Creed Unity and Syndicate's climbing mechanics, but if they were made in 2009. So they kind of worked a little bit different, but it feels quite similar. Like, you'd like use A to go up, B to go down, and you could like climb any building, go up to the top. You had to take over these different like Nazi camps and stuff. You could like take vehicles like from anywhere you wanted, like steal them, drive them around. There were tanks and shit. You had special vehicles you could collect, which were like special like World War II like sports cars and stuff. You could take people's uniforms. So like if you sneaked into like a Nazi camp, you could take out one of the officers, steal his outfit, and then go around and try not to get spotted because they wouldn't be as like you wouldn't be as noticeable kind of thing. And it was a really cool concept for a game, and I really wish there was another one, but it was great.
It does sound pretty interesting. I mean, I'm not against Paris being the setting, but San Francisco is always the other city I lean to if it's in the US.
Yeah, that sounds.
Because it's a bit different. There's more diversity of levels and structure and where it's kind of geographically positioned. It could be interesting. Earthquakes could be there's a lot of earthquakes in San Francisco as a kind of like playing tool that you could be in. I don't know. It's tough. I just think
that'd be a weird one. Randomly every so often, like, oh shit, there's another earthquake.
No, as in like I don't know.
Like every 20 minutes.
Yeah, maybe. Well,
you have to go on
you have to go on a safety lockdown or whatever.
I think I'd shoot myself.
Yeah, that'd be horrible. I was going to say another US city that's a bit different, like New Orleans, but that's in Mafia 3, so not that.
Yeah, what about like Miami?
Oh god,
don't know about that. I mean, it's really flat.
Yeah, I'm good without that.
I'm trying to think of places in Europe that they could go to, because that could be interesting. Like, be different, because every open world game, like Watch Dogs, like kind of like GTA. Do I want to include Saints Row? Probably not. You know the kind of games I mean.
Yeah,
they
of course.
Tend to be set in the US. So like, I don't know, somewhere in Europe could be cool,
or Asia.
Asia could be interesting.
Sleeping Dogs. Where was that? Hong Kong or?
Oh, that game is so good. Oh, I fucking love that game.
Yeah, I'd never played it. It looked good though.
Oh, I loved that. I loved that game. That was amazing.
I think the only problem is, I have no problem with a game set in Asia, but when the market that buys games and these type of games are in the US, they want to market the game to those people who are going to buy it. And just the market doesn't buy Asian settings.
Why not, though?
They can buy cool. European. Just marketing wise, this is why they make games set in Europe or the US, because they sell way better. Because those are who buying it.
That's weird,
who's
though.
buying it? Well, it's not that weird. Like,
I mean, I've never thought of that
I'd
before.
prefer a Europe setting or the US setting than an Asian setting. It doesn't mean I don't want. I'd still play and enjoy and have a great time in an Asian setting, but that's just me as well. I don't want to travel to Asia. I have no country in Asia I'm like, oh, I want to go there. I don't care. I want to go to Europe, Middle East. I guess that's in Asia, but I'd love to travel in the Middle East in my life, to the US, all through Europe. That's where I want to go. I don't really care about traveling myself to Asia. So in some ways,
But that's
I
what you
get
can do in a
that.
game.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I don't.
What about like Tokyo?
That's the if I ever went to an Asian country, it would be Japan and it would be Tokyo. That's the only place.
What if they
you'd
set
find me.
Watch Dogs in Tokyo?
Yeah, wouldn't be mad. Well, again, like I said, I'd play Watch Dogs in an Asian setting. It's not me specifically, but marketing wise, that's why Assassin's Creed games haven't been set in Asia, and that's why all these characters everyone loves, apparently, like Xiao Yun and stuff, and Nikolai Orlov, all their games are around the Asian continent, and guess what they get? A side scroller. Because who's gonna buy them? Just the hardcore fans to them. The mainstream fans will buy the game set in Europe. Familiar cities like London, Paris, Rome, or New York and Boston. You know what I mean?
That's annoying. That's annoying because I really love those settings because everything's set in Europe and the US.
And that's
I love a game set in Asia because it's so different and it would be really interesting to explore it. It'd be like, oh, I've never seen this before.
I agree.
It'd be cool.
I agree. But this is the problem. I don't think they're going to do it just because it doesn't sell as well. And I'm just but basing it off their track record of look what they've done with the Asian characters and Asian settings. They've given them a fucking side scroller, and all their main games are set in notable cities and countries like Italy, France, England, and America. Or, the Holy Land in the Middle East. Like, famous places that people in Western cultures will buy because they want to, immerse themselves in that world. That's just how they make it. Egypt, if that's next, that's a mainstream type setting. That's kind of where they go. Not as much in the unfamiliar, not unfamiliar, but just, that's just what sells. And I'm just basing it off their track record. I'm not saying whether I want it or not. I'd love, if a game was set in Tokyo that's Watch Dogs, that'd be fun. I'd love a Xiao Yun Assassin's Creed game. You know what I mean? But, yeah, are Ubisoft going to do it? No, that's just not what they do. I'd like to be proven wrong, though, at the same time. I'd like to be wrong in this case.
I agree. I want something different. I want something to get excited about that's not something that we've seen before. Like, just something that's like, whoa, this is so different. This could be amazing. I mean, I don't think we've had that for a while. I think...
Since Unity?
Oh, fucking hell.
Classic.
Still upset about that.
Oh, I know you are.
Gonna cry.
Oh, I know you are. I know you're upset, yeah.
Fuck that game.
Trust me, I know.
Jesus.
Oh, we're really building up these questions, aren't we?
I know, Jesus Christ. Other questions, what have we got?
We might not be able to go through them all. We'll just try to go through as much as we can.
Alright, let's go with Abdullah's one. Would you rather have Edward Kenway or Jacob Fry as a friend? Would you rather have Connor or Ezio as a bodyguard? And rather have Elise or Evie as a girlfriend?
You go first.
Okay, so Edward or Jacob as a friend. Ooh, geez. I think I go with Jacob for that one. I think possibly. I don't know. They're
Why?
Yeah, I go with Jacob because you see, my reasoning for Jacob is going to be the same reason I'd probably give for Edward as well. I think he's full of banter.
Yeah.
And just seems, laid back. But that's probably the same thing I'd say for Edward if I chose Edward, because they're very similar. So, I mean... But yeah, I think I'd just go with Jacob. Why not?
Yep.
Why not? Connor or Ezio as a bodyguard? See, I love Ezio. But Connor would just probably fuck up anyone that got in the way. So...
He'd probably fuck it up, though. He'd probably fuck up the job. Sure.
Yeah, he'd probably get it wrong. He'd probably kill innocent people. So, Ezio. Ezio would know what he's doing if he had a handle himself. Connor would just kill everyone and do things wrong and start a war or something and be like, I did the right thing. In the end, I stayed true to myself. I'm like, fuck off. You're fucking fired. Idiot. And then Elise or Evie, I'd Evie. Just because Elise is... Unity. So
Unity. Okay. Nice choices. I would go with Jacob as well, because though in a lot of ways they're both very witty British men, Edward and Jacob. I think Edward, even though I like him better, Edward, I feel like if I fucked with him or, crossed him ever, he'd kill me. Because Edward's just a bit more of an aggressive guy and tougher. Yeah. Jacob is just, to me, a bunch of banter. He'd just be a funny mate to have. Like, he'd always be a laugh. He'd fuck things up a bit, though. But, he'd get you in a bit of trouble, but he'd be a good time. You'd always have good stories with Jacob.
Yeah. Connor Ezio.
Ezio, because I'd just stab Connor in the back and it wouldn't work out well. Then I'd have no bodyguard. I'd kill Connor.
Oh yes.
No pun intended.
And then at least Evie.
I'd just go Evie because I'm not attracted to video game characters, so I'd have to solely base it on just personality of the character if they're a real person.
Is that not normal? Is it not normal to be attracted to video game characters? I thought that was
that's just everybody.
I've been living my life wrong all these years.
I don't know, whatever floats your boat. But yeah, I guess just in terms of purely personality, Evie's a character you play as, so you see more, and both you and I have talked to Victoria, the actress that plays Evie, and they're pretty similar and very, very nice, very kind-hearted. So I'd go Evie as well.
Cool. There we go. Well, I mean, I don't know how many more questions you want to do because there's a bunch, but it's like we've gone through a few. What do you think?
Trying to try. I guess I have to go through. I guess that's kind of... Yeah, well, I guess we can kind of end it there because we've spent a lot of time on these questions.
We have.
We can save some of these for another time, maybe.
Yep, that'd work. That'd be cool.
Yeah, okay. So I think we'll leave it there for questions. Thanks, everyone that submitted them. We'll save some for another time, I think, because there's a lot of ones that'll still be relevant for a while.
Yeah.
So, okay. Okay, if you're happy with that, we can
that sounds cool.
Leave it there for now.
Okay.
Do you want to move on to top fives?
Sure.
This episode's top 5 that I'd like you to put together, James.
Okay.
Is your top 5 cliffhangers in a video game?
Okay.
Now, as much as cliffhangers can piss people off, they also build intrigue, excitement, and just absolute crazy desire to play the next installment.
Yes.
What are your top 5 cliffhangers in a video game, James?
Oh, because so many of them I want to be Assassin's Creed, but it's like I don't want to have them all as Assassin's Creed.
Well, if it's Assassin's Creed, mate, don't be George. Don't just try to balance the list. If it's Assassin's Creed, it's Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed 1, the ending to that is... I remember I spent the next... however long it was before Assassin's Creed 2 was announced, like, will there be another game? Like, the ending to that was so sudden. It was like, you see all this, a lot of stuff happens in the ending. Like, you find the Piece of Eden, you,
talk to a space wizard?
Yeah.
It changed everything, though. Right? Like, it changed everything.
Like, all of the Assassin's Creed games, right? Like, I think the first one, the second one, Brotherhood, and Revelations, all those 4 were amazing cliffhangers. Like at the end of the first one, the Abstergo finds a Piece of Eden. You're like, oh shit, they're gonna kill me, all this stuff. Then Desmond has eagle vision. It's like, what the fuck? And you got all this writing. You're like, who the fuck left this here? And you're like, I need to play the next game. I need to find all this shit out. The second one, you speak to Minerva. You find out about all this stuff at the end of the world. Then you play as Desmond and do all this fighting stuff. And it's like, what the fuck? And then it cuts to black through the credits, him talking and everything. Then Brotherhood, you've got Juno, says all that stuff. You find the Piece of Eden. Desmond kills Lucy, and that was fucked up. And then the end of Revelation.
Spoiler alert for all the games.
You can people can fuck off. And then you've got the Revelations, which was you wake up from your coma, you find out about the first civilization, like what happened to them and everything, and then you're at the Grand Temple, and then it ends there, and you're like, I need to play the next game to find out. And I think those four were amazing endings, and they had like a huge fucking impact. But for a fifth one, now I've got to think of a fifth game that left a really good cliffhanger for the next game. Oh god. Trying to think of games that have like link ups like that, but I can't think of the games. What the fuck? What games do I really, really like? Cliffhangers. Huh. I actually don't know.
You don't know?
I actually can't think of anything.
I think it's easy to say Assassin's Creed has the craziest cliffhanger. I don't want to say the best, but like the craziest. Like, because cliffhangers can be as simple as they kind of just leave the characters in unfinished business. It doesn't have to be holy fuck. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell? That's what Assassin's Creed does. Yeah,
but for Assassin's Creed, like for me, those ones were like the best, the ones that made me want to play the next game the most, I think. But I'm trying to think. There was a cliffhanger. Was there a cliffhanger the other day? Yeah, Rise of the Tomb Raider. I played that and I was like, oh shit, I just want another game now. Like it was just there was just a good cliffhanger at the end. It was like, there's a scene after the credits that is like, oh, I want to play the next one now.
Yeah,
and that was a thing. And I can't think of many games that have really good cliffhangers. Maybe when you give your list, maybe I'll get some ideas. So for now, I'll leave it at that. Assassin's Creed 1 to Revelations, and then Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Okay, sure. I'm gonna put in Brotherhood. Is definitely in there. Like again, these top fives are in no particular order. It's just kind of your five favorite for people listening. Because it's tough on the spot to put together a top five. Because James didn't even know what the top five was until I told him just then. So Brotherhood's in there because I think when I compare Assassin's Creed 2, I think Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood are in there. None of the other Assassin's Creeds are in there for me.
Okay.
2's because it changed everything. Because really it changed what Assassin's Creed was about. You know, there were these pieces of Eden, there was some mystery stuff, but like, magic space wizards? What is this crazy what the fuck? Like, I was for a year like, what the fuck is this game about? I didn't understand. Like, it just changed what the whole story was about. Yeah. It changed the whole universe, and it sent the franchise in a whole, not different direction because they planned that direction, but like in a whole different direction than I anticipated, and I didn't understand anything. So I wanted to know everything about this world and about what she was talking about. Minerva was talking about to Desmond and Ezio. Brotherhoods was crazy because I just feel like it was just the jaw wide open, what the fuck just happened ending of Lucy. You stab Lucy, you had all these questions from 2. It doesn't explain any, it just adds more to it and leaves you fucking jaw dropped.
Yeah.
And Revelations explained so much and didn't leave that much of a cliffhanger. Like, it was I'd count it as a cliffhanger, but just compared to 2 and Brotherhood, wow, that's what I call a cliffhanger, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now to think of other games, I think I would count, in some ways, Assassin's Creed 2, not Assassin's Creed, I think Kingdom Hearts 2 had a cliffhanger, and I think the reason it's on the list is because it has now been 10 years and I haven't got fucking Kingdom Hearts 3 yet. It came out in 2006. It's now 2016 Jesus. And I still don't know what the fuck happened.
Oh.
Because it just
Well, I mean, see, that's good for me because I'm going to play them all, and then Kingdom Hearts 3 will be like here, and I'll be like, now I get to play it straight away.
You don't understand the struggle. 10 years, man. It's longer than Half-Life 3. People have been waiting for that.
That's a long time.
It's been a decade, and it's still not coming out this year.
Did you say? Isn't there a game that
2.8
is? Yeah.
Dream Drop Distance is in between.
So does that not answer the questions from the end of 2?
Well, when I say like what Kingdom Hearts 2 does is it's not a huge cliffhanger of oh my god. It's more it sets up the fact that this story isn't over and there's still much more to do for these characters and for the worlds the worlds in Kingdom Hearts case that they're a part of. However, though there is a story in between them with the characters, that is kind of just continuing to build and explains what it's building towards, but it doesn't actually have what it's building towards. So it's not the fact that I'm like, oh my god, I want to know what happens next. It's the fact that I want to find out what happens next, and I've been waiting for so long. It's almost like the waiting has built it as the huge cliffhanger.
It's like they've set something up, and you're waiting for what they've set up.
Yes, and I'm waiting forever. I'd say forever. I'm waiting forever.
Next year it comes out, doesn't it?
Who knows? Let me put it to you in perspective. By the time it comes out, I will be maybe 22 years old. 2017, I'd say the end of 2017. I'll be 22. It came out on my 11th birthday.
Fuck, that's crazy. Jesus Christ.
Kingdom Hearts 2, I remember I got it on my 11th birthday is when it came out. In Australia, at least. It came out on my 11th birthday. So I will be 22, and it came out... I've waited half my life for a sequel to Kingdom Hearts 2. That's the perspective. Half my life has been waiting for this game.
Jesus.
That's the perspective I'll put it to.
Do you find it strange? Because, I mean, the game is made for kids, essentially. Like, I mean...
I don't know what you're talking about.
When it first came out, anyways.
Sure.
I don't... Like, when they made it, do you think they intended it to get a following from people that weren't kids? Or do you think they solely were like, okay, this game's for kids?
Well, I think it's very adult. I really think it's very adult.
Yeah, I
think kids can play it, but I think it's such an adult game. Even though it's all these Disney worlds, the real heart of the story is such an adult story.
Yeah, I agree. Because I mean, if it was just a kid's game, I don't think I'd have any interest in it. But I fucking love it.
It's a coming of age. The first one's a coming of age story, and the rest of them are very just the adult story.
Yeah, I can't wait to have played them all. And just be able to look back and be like, fuck, that was great. Like, I just want to be able to play through them all. But then I want to also stream it, and it's really frustrating because I just want to fucking continue with it because I know I'm nearing the end of the first one. Like, I know I'm getting there. I'm on my way. Like,
it's... I'm jealous of you because I want to... It's like sometimes I think I wish I could forget about Assassin's Creed completely so I could replay it again and experience it that first time.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want with Assassin's Creed. I've said that so many times. It's just if I could play Assassin's Creed 2 again without any knowledge of it and just have that introduction to Ezio and be like, oh wow, this character's so cool. And like have all the story unfold and like the cliffhanger. I just wish I could experience that again. But it's just never going to happen.
It's I know. Sad. But I'm jealous of you because you get to do that with one of my favorite franchises ever, Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess it is a cliffhanger. It's one of my favorite cliffhangers or top cliffhangers, not because of what it does or happens in the cliffhanger at the end. It's just it builds up to something that I've waited for like half my life for.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I like talking about Kingdom Hearts just real quick is they do a lot of subtle things that I've noticed throughout the game. Is there's several points where they say things, but they just don't continue. They just say it, and it's like, wait, you're just gonna leave that there? Like, you're not gonna explain what happened? Because there's a point. I don't want to like trigger a reaction in case, but there's a point that confused me, and I was like, wait, what the fuck? Is when you're in the Tarzan world in the first game. And you're showing Tarzan these slides, and one of a castle pops up, and Sora's like, wait, I recognize that. And he's like, but I've never left my island. And then they just move on, and I'm like, wait, what? Like,
yeah, don't worry about
it. You're gonna explain that? Like,
yeah,
what the
don't
fuck?
worry about it, I'm not gonna react to that.
Okay. There were also, like, a couple other points where things like that happen.
Oh, that gives me goosebumps. I can't react to that.
I want to know.
I want to tell you. They're very subtle, and it just goes to show because you play Kingdom Hearts 1 and you'll still have no idea what that was. you'll finish it and you'll still have no idea.
my God.
The thing about Kingdom Hearts is that they know the story, but it's been going on since 2001. Like, it's a 15-year story, and they knew then where they were going now. They know the whole thing.
Oh, I love it when they do that.
Like,
it's so good.
They understood all these characters, this fucking network, this spider web of character connections in this mega universe they created. They just understood it before they even made it, which is, to me, bonkers, because it's so complicated. Sometimes the most convoluted shit ever. It's ridiculous, yet they still understood it. They're not kind of coming up with it on the spot. At least it doesn't seem like it, which I love. I don't want to know if it's on the spot. It just seems like it is, so I'm going to pretend it completely is planned out.
It seems like it. I mean, I feel like sometimes you can tell. Like with Assassin's Creed, even when things feel planned, you're like, that probably wasn't planned.
At least now,
But with
anyway.
Kingdom Hearts, from like what I've played, like everything links up really well. Like it's like they've completely made sure everything links. Like I haven't found any plot holes. Like everything makes sense. Like when they mention something, they make sure that thing stays as a thing. They don't change it.
Yeah,
and
that's it.
The whole universe is the same universe. They don't change random things for the sake of changing it, and it all works really well.
Yeah, and what you've brought up, like subtle things, like but I don't, I'm not gonna like explain it or tell you or spoil anything. But there is they do everything for a reason, and it's more complicated than you could even imagine of what that subtle stuff is as well.
I know.
And again, it'll build up to, and that's just such a little part of the story that doesn't really matter all that much, but it is really important for that character. That it'll hint at certain things, and it's not particularly that castle I'm talking about that you just brought up, but it's particularly that there's so much backstory to the characters, it's crazy.
Yeah,
and
there's a couple of things. I remember there's another thing, and it was like, it's like, you know, sometimes when you get the text that pops up on the screen.
Sure.
And it's like kind of narrating the game in a way. Like there was one of those, and I can't remember what it was, but it said something, and I was like, wait, that's got to mean something. Like it was something like, everything's really mysterious in the first game. Like, 'cause I feel like they have the whole, like, you know, you go to the Disney worlds, you like save them and stuff, and you doing all this stuff, but then there's so much that's like not explained, that's like kind of in the background. And it's like, you know, you've got these three characters. Why the fuck were they on that island? Like, what? Like, why is everything happening? And how did like certain characters know about certain things? And it's like they've got this game, but then in the background, they're basically telling us like, oh, we've got all this other stuff that we're going to explain. And it's like, oh, I just want to know. I just want to know all this stuff.
Yeah, it'll happen. Some of it still hasn't. Some of it I'm still like, come on, let's play this next game, eh? But never. Apparently, I remember. Yeah. It's funny bringing it up. I remember back in maybe it was 2010. So it's 4 years since I keep saying Assassin's Creed, since Kingdom Hearts 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching a YouTube video, and I was like, you know, it took about 4 years, maybe 4.5 years between 1 and 2. So I was like, oh, it's got to be announced soon. So I was looking up a lot of videos all the time, waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3 to get announced, and it'll be like, oh, it's coming out this year. You know, 4 years on, I'm expecting that. And someone made a joke of, you know, when Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out in 2016, and I'm like, it's 2016, and I laughed because I'm like, what a good joke. That's a joke. They're exaggerating. It's 2016, and guess what? It's not coming out this year. It's still not even coming out this year, and it's 2016.
That's ridiculous.
And it's been so long that I'm not even excited for 3. I'm so excited beyond words, but I'm not at all excited at the same time. Because I can wait. I've waited forever. It's almost like I never expect it to come out.
Yeah.
Subconsciously,
it'll get to the day. And it'll be amazing.
I'll be, on my exterior, I'm very excited for Kingdom Hearts 3. But on my subconscious, I'm not at all excited because it's been so long. I just never really expect it to happen. Like, sometimes the anticipation's bigger than the thing, that I don't ever imagine there being a world I live in where I'm post Kingdom Hearts 3, because I've spent so much of my life, half my life, being pre Kingdom Hearts 3.
Wow.
If that makes sense.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna buy 2.8 when that comes out on the PS4.
Dream Drop Distance, it's the shit.
Dream Drop Distance, and it also has like this weird 0.2 thing in it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Don't know what that is.
I don't know what it is either.
That's a thing. I'll play that as well. And then it's got this other one, which is completely unrelated, I think.
Yeah,
It's just like something they made and it's not part of anything. It's just kind of there. It's like a game they did, but they've included it in it anyway. But I'll play Dream Drop Distance, definitely. And then I'll play this 0.2 thing, whatever the hell that is, and see what that's all about. But it's going to be good. And then by the time I've got through everything, it should be closing on Kingdom Hearts 3. Hopefully. Assuming it comes out 2017, which I believe they've said it will come out 2017.
Well, they said, yeah. Well, they haven't said anything. They just said in development is the only thing they've ever said. It's suspected. What they did the first trailer in 2014, which when as soon as I saw the trailer and they said in development, I'm like, so we're looking 2016, and then we get to the end of 2015. I'm like, it's not coming out in 2016. It'll maybe 2017. Even then, if they delayed it again, you know what? Not surprised. I don't care. Again, I'll never believe it's coming out until I have it in my hand and I'm playing it.
It's going to be a big game, though.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Imagine all the stuff they're going to put in that game.
And I think
next gen,
people don't
Kingdom Hearts.
I don't think people understand how big of a game this is because it's been so long since the second one. People of this generation of gaming, it's from 2 generations ago. PlayStation 2 was when the last one came out. We're now in what, Xbox One and PS4 era. People who are involved in video games now that are growing up don't understand Kingdom Hearts yet. And they don't understand. They're like, Kingdom Hearts, that's just that game that some people like. It's like if what could I compare something to? Like if, I guess Tomb Raider came out. Like it's a AAA game, but only a minority of people play it. It's not the mainstream game. It's not like playing Halo or Call of Duty. No, it's like playing Skyrim. It is the biggest shit of the year. When it comes out, it'll be the biggest shit because it has such a following, but all the followers of the games are quiet because, and they're all like we've all been in hibernation and never talked about Kingdom Hearts. But now that Kingdom Hearts is back, people are talking about it again. And when we finally get a release date, all of a sudden, everyone you talk to is like, oh, I love Kingdom Hearts. You're like, wait, I didn't know you knew Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, I've just not talked about it because what's the point in talking about it? Kind of thing, you know. I never talked about Kingdom Hearts until.
Really happy that you made me play it though.
I did. I pushed you. I'm a pusher.
Yeah, I wouldn't have because it's something so random. Like I knew it existed, but I never played it because I looked at it. I'm like, wow, you play as some guy and you go to different Disney worlds and I don't really want to play that. No, it sounds so dumb, and that's the same way George looked at it. And then I was like, George, play it, and he was like, I don't want to play it, and I was like, George, play it, and he couldn't get away from me because normally he could go upstairs and just ignore me, but he couldn't leave that room. So I plugged in my PlayStation and I gave him the controller and I was like, fucking play the game. And then he played it and didn't stop for 10 hours.
It's so, and that's a 15-year-old game he's playing. It's so old and it's still that good to a new player, let alone someone that's played it before.
He got way more involved in it than I did because when I was streaming, I didn't do half the stuff that he did. Like he went into like the ship creation thing, like the gummy ship where you can like customize it and shit. He did like some stuff with that. He did because I never went to any of the shops in the game, so like he gave Donald and Goofy like different weapons and shit, and I've never done that. And so, like, he did a bunch of other stuff, and I've never done that. I'm like, wow, I have so much money that I've never spent in the game. I should just, as soon as I play it next, just go to a shop and buy loads of cool stuff, because I have money that I've never used. So I've probably got a load.
Yeah, I always make sure I gear up Donald and Goofy, and they have their updated stuff as I update my weapons and stuff.
Yeah, I completely didn't even realize that I should have been doing that. Like, it's one of them things that I never do in games.
You've got Kingdom Hearts 2 to do all that, man.
But I'll next time I play Kingdom Hearts, I will. Well, I mean, actually, at the point that I'm at, is there any way of getting back to like Traverse Town, or not?
Once you leave Hollow Bastion, yeah, there is.
Okay,
have you left Hollow Bastion yet?
Still there at the minute.
I
think
no, because you've left because Kyrie. You've got Kyrie back, right? Jesus, I hope.
Yes.
Jesus Christ! I'm like, that's a huge spoiler. I could have just dropped that bomb on you.
No, I do. Because
I'm like, you beat Riku. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then Kyrie's back. We ran out. I must have left. Yeah, I must have.
Okay,
surely.
So once you're should be at Traverse Town, and then after that you're at the end of what's called the end of the world, and
I
that's
saw that on the
fine.
wiki because I was looking up tutorials for George to get him through like one of the stages because we got completely lost.
Get that world
And I
fucking
saw
out of
like
here. No, thank you. I'm good.
the
God, that's
George
a
is
tough world.
on Atlantica right now, and that's the one I hated the most.
Yeah, see, the end of the world's crazy because it's literally just boss fight after boss fight after
Oh,
boss
fucking
fight
hell.
after boss fight after boss
Are they
fight after
difficult?
boss fights after
Like,
boss fight after boss fight after boss. And that's an exaggeration. There's probably 12 or 13 boss fights,
shit.
and they're all hard as fuck.
Like, what would you say is the hardest boss in the game? Because
Top,
for me,
top 3 is Riku Dark Keyblade, Chernobog, which is the end of the world, and Ansem's first and second form. Because you fight the final boss, Ansem, I think he has 8 forms.
fuck me.
And his first 2 are the hardest. Once you get past his second one, you're kind of good. You're kind of good.
If you die on like the 4th form, does that start you back at the beginning or the beginning of that form?
I can't remember. It wouldn't surprise me if it was the whole thing.
Me neither. I mean, I think so far the two hardest would be Dark Riku and Ursula.
Really? I don't remember Ursula being that. Oh, she wasn't. She was pretty hard.
She pissed me off. She had this. She has like the attack that she spams out. Like when you get her health down really low, whenever you get close to her, she spams out this like lightning attack, so you can't get near to her.
And that's Ursula
It's like every
from the Little
10
Mermaid,
seconds.
everybody.
Yeah,
That's what we're talking about in a video game.
That's
The
a
Little
thing.
Mermaid.
it's weird
villain.
though because when you play the game, it's so normal, like to just talk about that stuff. It's like, oh yeah, I'll just like summon in Simba, and it's like that's normal. That's a normal thing to say.
And that's like the thing that's great about it, like you said, that's subtle about Kingdom Hearts, that when they do something, they commit to it. Like, the things they don't plan out are the worlds they put in. That's something they figure out as they build the game, are the worlds that are involved. And in Kingdom Hearts 2, the Lion King's one of the worlds.
Yeah.
But it's like, when you get there, usually when you get to a world you've never been to, you shouldn't know any of the characters. It's like you introduce yourself, you meet them. But then it's like, I summon Simba all the time in Kingdom Hearts 1. Well, he knows you. He's one of your friends as soon as you arrive.
That's so cool.
Like, it's like, look, I know we didn't plan to have this world in when we made Simba a summoning character, but that way, since he is, you must know him. Therefore, he's your friend when you arrive at that world, even though it's the first time you're there. And that
is cool.
they commit to that, which I love. Have you ever been to the Winnie the Pooh world in Kingdom Hearts 1?
No, I looked it up on the wiki though, and I knew you could do it, and I was like,
You
okay,
find-
I will do it at some point.
Like,
But
for those who don't know, one of the collectibles in Kingdom Hearts 1 is Winnie the Pooh book pages. So one of the worlds is you play through page by page of Winnie the Pooh. As you get more of the pages, you unlock more of the worlds until you finish and can unlock the Keyblade in Winnie the Pooh's book. Fuck, it's funny. It's such a dumb-sounding game. Like, it's tough to talk about right now for people because they're like, I don't understand this game. It's so amazing and so worth
you
playing.
won't understand unless you play it. Like you have to play it because
It sounds
if you don't,
it sounds
it sounds
insane.
dumb.
It sounds
Like it just sounds like this stupid game, but it's so good, and like you get so invested in it that just talking about like the characters like it's normal is just feels normal. It's not weird. Like it feels right. It's so odd.
Because this is the pitch to people. So you're a short white Final Fantasy looking guy with clown sized shoes, and your best friend's Donald and Goofy. Go play right now. Like that's it, but it's so crazy good.
It's like it's such a big game as well. Like it's got so much involved in it, and it's so full. Like I'd say Kingdom Hearts 1 is like way bigger than any games that come out now. Like
Yeah,
a lot of games like that come out now don't feel as like I feel like that game feels so finished and done
and perfect.
Yeah, it's like they've like cradled that game in their arms and just made it the best game they could.
Oh, that was such a long tangent on my top.
Oh
fives.
yeah, wait, what were we saying? Top fives. Top fives. Top 5 cliffhangers.
So my last two, I would say, is Halo 2.
Okay.
Because you're in the middle of this epic trilogy, and you know there's a third one, and then it just kind of ends as Master Chief's heading into this last battle.
Yeah.
And that's because I was so invested in that story that I'm like, holy shit. Okay. Crazy.
Yeah, that is cool.
And even in some ways, Halo 3, legendary ending, because you think that's the end. You think that's the end of the story, and then there's this one little 10-second hint, and you're like, what the fuck does that mean? And it makes you go insane.
The best thing, talking about that, was E3 2011, 2012. The first teaser trailer for Halo 4 was the best
thing. The game
thing.
came out in 2011.
Came out in 2012, didn't it?
2012, you're right. So the first teaser was...
It would have been 2011.
Yeah, you're right. E3
Yeah?
2011.
Yeah.
You're correct, 100%.
So that was the best thing.
Oh my God.
Because the trailer, because you see like all these, like, because it's the inside of like Master Chief or whatever, and it's got like all the lights and everything, and then you can just hear Cortana speaking, but you don't know what it is, and like, because it's so like ambiguous at that point, and then you just hear her say "Wake up, John," and it like shoots out, and you're like, "Oh fuck, it's Halo!"
Oh,
and it's like,
you're giving me goosebumps right now. I think I did cry. Definitely cried.
Like I was when I saw that, I was just I was like shaking. I was like, "Oh my God,
yeah, I shook."
Fucking Halo 4. Like, no way. Like, the last game came out like 5 years before that.
Yeah, the number
Like
of
Halo
songs. There was a
yeah.
game every
There was
year
Reach,
in between,
but-
like, you know, ODST and so it was 2007 was
the
3.
next Master Chief game, though,
Yeah, no,
and
100%.
it was like
100%. Like
that was one of the best announcements ever.
I agree, one of the best trailers ever. I got goosebumps. I remember when I was just looking up, as I got home from school, I was looking up all the trailers that came out from E3, and I saw a thumbnail Halo 4 trailer, and I laughed because I assumed it was fake. Like, I legitimately was like, ha, let's watch this stupid fan-made trailer. And as I'm watching and I see the kind of DNA or the brainwaves, and I'm like, faking gay. Like, that's me in 2011. Didn't believe it even when I'm reading the thumbnail. And then it happens, and I literally scream, and I'm jumping around the room like a little girl. And I don't tell Harlan anything, because he loves Halo just as much as I do. I don't tell him. I'm like, hey man, just watch this trailer. I'm just trying to be super chilled out. Hey man, just watch this. He's like, what is it? Because I don't show him the title. I don't show him anything. I just go, just watch this. And he loses his fucking shit. And I'm like, right. Like, I couldn't believe it. That was, so I guess in some ways Halo 3, that little hint made Halo 4 what it was. Because it wasn't supposed to be a cliffhanger. It was supposed to be the end. But then they leave this little hint. You're like, wait a second. It fucks you up a bit. That's a unique cliffhanger. And another one could be something like, oh, it's tough. That's what I've got. Kingdom Hearts 2 in there, and Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood, and Halo 2 with honorable mention of Halo 3. Oh, what else is tough? It's tough to think of cliffhangers.
Yeah, same for me. I couldn't think of anything. That's why I went with Tomb Raider.
But... Maybe Mafia 2?
Yeah. I could go with that. I mean,
more of an honorable mention ending.
Yeah,
isn't it?
that also felt like an ending to me. It didn't really feel too much like a cliffhanger. Like, I didn't think they would pick it up ever.
Yeah, you're right.
Like,
you're right. It's more of an honorable mention kind of ending, isn't it? Maybe... You know what? Maybe Mass Effect 2. Because it wasn't really... It's tough to say what a cliffhanger is sometimes, because it was a proper ending, Mass Effect 2, but it set up the craziest shit, and you're like, oh my god, I can't wait till the next one. And it was such a good game that you're like, oh my god, I can't wait. Yeah, I wouldn't even call that a cliffhanger, really. It is, but it isn't. It's tough to... I think it's a debate itself what a cliffhanger is. It isn't just supposed to make sure you anticipate the next thing. Leaves you hanging.
It leaves you hanging. You kind of, when you finish it, like, wait, what?
And
I mean, it doesn't necessarily even mean there'll be a sequel. It just leaves you hanging. So, like, maybe Bioshock was, in a way, kind of cliffhanger Bioshock Infinite. I think. Kind of, because when that ended, it kind of leaves you like, wait, what? Like, what happened? Like, are you going to explain or not? Like, kind of leaves you feeling like that. So I guess Bioshock Infinite, I think I'd include that. Maybe over Tomb Raider.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I might have to leave it then. Because I don't know. I'm just trying to think of all the games I have. And I think...
Yeah, so am I. And when I try and think about them, I kind of forget every game I've ever played.
Yeah, I agree. Whenever I know every game I play until I start thinking about them, and then I'm like, I've never played a game ever, have I?
I know, what the fuck?
Have I only ever played Assassin's Creed and nothing else ever? Probably. Sounds about right.
That's what it looks like, anyway.
That's funny.
No, yeah, I don't know. I can't think of anything else.
It's tough. Tough life. Tough life. What a tough life we live. Yeah, I guess I'll leave it at that.
There we go. That was top 5. That took up half the podcast, probably.
Yep. Tyler's Tales.
Tyler's Tales.
Tyler's Tales. I know everyone waits for that. That's become such a crazy thing, Tyler's Tales. Like how much people love it.
I know, it's great.
But it's not sometimes because it's so much pressure to have a great story. Because people are like, this is my favorite part of the podcast. I'm like, well, fuck. Fuck. I'm glad I've entertained you, but fuck. I don't have...
That actually reminds me. What I want to start doing is... I don't know if you noticed, Luma does it. He has podcasts, like, the main sections, like, where the next bit starts. He has it, like, in the description, like a guide. So if people want to find Tyler's Tales, then they can. Because someone might listen to a whole episode and we haven't included one, and they're like, oh, fuck, Tyler's Tales wasn't even in that.
Good. They should listen to the whole thing. Fuck them. Listen to the whole podcast. Don't just come here for a section. Screw you guys.
Yeah, god damn it, guys. Okay. Anyways, so Tyler's Tales.
I'm going to keep it in the same field. It's Valentine's Day. Love's in the air. But not in this story.
Oh, snap.
I'm gonna bring in at the same theme of last Tyler's Tales, where I failed to pick up a woman.
Okay.
Now it is similar to that, but it's my embarrassing story. To me, this is more embarrassing. You know this story, Jam. I've told you this.
Oh, is this the Italy one?
Oh yeah, it is, bro. Oh yeah,
okay.
It is.
Oh, okay, I know this one.
I'm gonna censor some of it, more just, because there's some stuff that really doesn't add to the point of what I'm trying to say of the story, so I'm just going to kind of tell the funny shit. So, like, let me put it this way. It involves intoxication, as many of my Tyler's Tales do. Not all of them, but plenty of them do. So when people say you don't need alcohol to have fun, not true. You do. It definitely adds to it. Or at least, if you want to tell you need alcohol to have a good story. And that's the thing, there's no dull moment. Either when you drink, you'll have a great time. Or, even if you have a horrible time, you will always have a great story to tell afterwards. And as a person that tells stories, it's great for me. Maybe some people don't enjoy that as much. But with me, at least as long as I got a story, it's a success. In this case, there was a girl on my trip in Italy. I was quite fond of her. I thought things were going pretty well. You know, I at least thought, I was like, oh, yeah, there's something there. But anyway, who gives a fuck about that? So we get to the final night? I believe so. This is an embarrassing one for me. Mainly because it's just, whenever I tell certain stories of people I know, and I'm like, please, I hope no one ever listens to it that I know. Just in case somehow they put it onto someone who puts it onto someone who's like, ooh, this is about them. I'm like, oh, god damn it. So, on the last night, everyone's just, we're in Rome, and I believe this is the night after the whole, Corey Stalker Bishop debacle.
Okay.
Where he is self-absorbed, the night after that. So our final night, we have this big, it's called the Last Supper dinner. It was a brilliant dinner, great food, great company. Everyone's at separate tables. I'm sitting with Corey and 2 other couples that we're great friends with. Had an amazing time, and I'm just smashing alcohol. But you don't know. Red wine just gets you. I don't drink wine. I'm a beer man mainly. But I've only ever had wine in Italy ever, and especially the red wine, because you just sink it down. You don't know you're doing it because you're having dinner and having a conversation, and you just kind of sip and you drink, and next minute you've had 2 bottles of red wine. And you don't realize, because especially you prepay for certain meals, we prepaid for this meal, so they have the wine on the table and they'll keep bringing wine out. So to me, I'm not thinking, oh, I shouldn't have another because it costs money. I'm thinking, I'm already paid for this shit. Give me more wine. So they have a setup at the table, 2 bottles of white, 2 bottles of red. or maybe it's like one of each, I don't know. But by the end, there's a few empty ones. And apparently I was the only one that drank the red, but I assumed we'd all been drinking it because it went pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I was, you just drink a lot because you're just drinking while you eat, and it just kind of happens. You know what I mean? If your parents have some wine with dinner, you understand, like, everyone knows. Well, not everyone, but people know, just your parents sometimes just drink a bit. I know my parents do. No, I shouldn't say that. But, there's been times my parents just have a good, we're having a great conversation at dinner. They just drink more than they suspect. I do it. I know friends that do it. But in this case, I did have the intention, we're all going out after dinner, and I'm like, if I was to make a move on this girl, I need some liquid confidence, is the phrase people use. You need just a little bit of alcohol to just kind of gives you some more confidence to be able to put yourself out there. Because it's tough to do. It is tough to do sometimes, to wear your heart on your sleeve and go out there and give it a shot. And I thought, I'll make a move. You only live once, YOLO, right? And I just need some liquid confidence. I didn't plan on getting wasted, especially before we even went out to start drinking. And when you get to a certain point, you don't realize you're drunk, and you deny you're drunk. So like people like, you're drunk. No, I'm not! When you're totally wasted. So that was me. To the point where I forgot that I should be respecting these Italians by speaking Italian. By, asking for more wine, where I'm yelling, "Oi, mate, more red!" That's what I said. I said that to a waiter. And I'm pointing to the red wine bottle. "Oi, mate!" Pointing. "More red!" And my friends are laughing at me. They're like, "Tyler, you're an idiot. What are you doing?"
Wow.
And then we all go out, and I'm like, I probably should make a move or something. But we paid, like, I think it was €20 entry, and we get an hour of all you can drink.
Mm-hmm.
My God, that's dangerous. So I just keep drinking, and I'm plastered now. And you kind of don't, like, it gets to a point you just don't realize it's happening, and I think I'm just starting to get buzzed when I'm already fucked up drinking more. So it's just kind of a twisted cycle of me being an absolute idiot. And then I'm like, I'll go start talking to this girl. And, do you ever have those moments where you should know something about someone, or you should know something? I'll use an example, using you, James. When I said to you, "Hey, James, hemispheres have opposite seasons."
Yeah, we're done now.
It changes your it shatters your universe. It's like there's a How I Met Your Mother episode that talks about this, where they find out stuff about each other, and then the glass sound effect shatters. Like, it's a glass shattering sound effect. And it just means they realized it, and they realize it forever. They're like, "Oh my God, you are like that. Oh my God, I did know that, but I never noticed it."
Yeah.
So, like, you chew really loud. Oh my God. When someone says that out loud, you're like, "Oh my God, you do chew loud. I remember every time you've ever chewed, it's the loudest thing ever." But you don't pick up on it being a thing until someone says something. They talk a lot. They're really loud. They say this a lot. They say "for sure, relax" a lot.
To be honest.
Yeah, to be honest, you don't realize they do it until someone points it out. So I had this moment. And let me put it to you this way. Okay, I'll say it first, and then I'll explain how bad it is. So I go up to her and go, "Yeah, how's your night going?" She's like, "Yeah, good. I'm like, "So what are you drinking?" She got a drink in her hand. Conversation starter, smooth Tyler. Am I right? And she just goes, "Oh, just lemonade." And I'm like, "What the fuck? What? We're out right now. Everyone's supposed to be drinking. Like, just the drunk guy can't make a move on a sober girl. Like, that's the most... No girl's gonna go for a drunk guy. Never happened in the history of the world does that happen. They think you're disgusting, and you embarrass yourself. You both need to be at least drinking for you to not humiliate yourself or look like an idiot." And then I go, I'm trying to be smooth as hell. You had enough, something, or you're not drinking tonight or something. And I'm going like, "Oh no, you what?" And she goes, no, I don't drink. Glass shatters. Glass shatters. Glass shatter sound effect. What? What? And then I realized in my head, like, as soon as it happens, I hear the glass shatter and I remembered the whole trip. And I'm like, never once during a meal or any occasion had this girl ever had an alcoholic beverage in her hand. And I didn't notice it, ever. But then when she said, I don't drink, I'm like, oh my God, you don't. And I look like a fucking drunk imbecile. And I'm just, slurring my words, and she's just this, an intelligent girl going, oh God, you're disgusting. And I'm embarrassed. I am ashamed. And Corey goes to me, here's some, but then I get annoyed at myself. I'm angry at myself for being so stupid and drinking so much. Then Corey comes up, he's like, here's some water, man, you need to sober up. After I tell him what happened. He's like, oh, sorry, man, here's some water. I just slap it out of his hand. No! I'm gonna keep drinking! Like, that's me. Like an idiot. Because of realizing, sober girl's never gonna go for the drunk guy. And I realized that I'd totally screwed it up. Like, so I was just annoyed at myself. And I ended up having to, what's the word? Oh yeah, go downstairs in the club and throw up. Because I'd had too much to drink. It was the stupidest thing, one of the stupidest things I've done. Is just
Jesus.
Not paying attention to how much I'm drinking. Not noticing that she doesn't drink. And being the drunk guy trying to make a move on a sober girl is the worst idea ever. So, I humiliated myself. And once again, totally failed to pick up a chick. Though this was a different scenario, a different situation.
Good job.
Yeah, so that was my story. And it wasn't me just trying to, like, the difference between this and that story, this wasn't me just trying to, like, I'm just trying to have sex with this girl. That was the last story. I'll admit, I'm a scumbag in that story. But this one was more of just, making a move on a girl I was a bit fond of. And I did that. So that was embarrassing. And there was no coming back from it. Like, I had fucked up. I knew I'd fucked up. That was it. As soon as she goes, I don't drink, I'm like, well, it's over, guys. It's over. It's done. And then I drank my sadness away until I threw up in the bathroom. And then I had, but you know what? Afterwards, I was like, I had a great story.
It was a good story.
Not as long as I would have liked the stories to be of Tyler's Tales, and they're not all going to be at the Bieber level, but
or the Bishop Stalker.
The Bishop Stalker or the Ghost Story.
Those are some good ones.
There's some good stories, and I still have some good stories, but I can't tell. And I'm not saying this was a bad story. I thought it was a good story.
Yeah,
it's just, story. But it's short and sweet. The story is the difference. Sometimes people like to hear these long stories that are very detailed. I don't know if I have anyone ever that's as long as the Bishop Stalker story, but there's some stories I got.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's a crazy one. I got stalked once. That's a story. I'll say that one.
Ooh.
That's not quite as long.
Everyone subscribe to hear this story. It'll happen eventually. Don't worry about it.
Down the line, I'll tell that story. That's a bit more. I look just as bad in some way. It's a long story. But yeah, so that was another. I just felt like I needed to tell this embarrassing story of me to follow up because it's so similar to my last one. I may as well tell them consecutively to get them out of the way.
Yeah,
they're both good stories. They're both good, and this one was just me embarrassing myself again, and especially since love is not in the air for Tyler for Valentine's Day. Yes. Well, that's Tyler's Tales for you. What do you expect? It's not supposed to work out for me. If it worked out for me, it wouldn't be an interesting story, and I wouldn't tell it.
That'd be boring.
Yeah, that'd be boring. See, in some ways, I don't want to succeed in certain ventures because I want to be able to tell the story where I embarrass myself and fail. I like those stories.
They're good stories.
They're the best ones, I think. So that's Tyler's Tales this episode.
There we go. So,
what would you have done in my situation? What would you have done?
Oh, what would I have done?
What would I have done? What did, for your perspective on that story, what...
Oh, God.
Yeah. How do you recover? Was I right in thinking there was no way to recover? I think so.
Not necessarily.
Years later, looking back on it.
I think you could have maybe like
I
don't know.
I don't think you understand the level of intoxicated I was. I was slurring.
I could. I think. Well, see, I can't really say what I would have done because I don't know. But I think, judging from the way I normally handle things like that, is I probably would have made fun of myself a lot and be like, okay, I'm a fucking idiot, but do it in front of everyone. So that way, I don't know, I guess try and own it.
So tear yourself down in front of the
can.
Tear yourself down in front of the girl. I don't know, bro.
I don't know.
No, I see what you mean. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't think in retrospect, like, I didn't totally humiliate myself overall, just that night mainly, but it was still not, it wasn't great. It just certainly wasn't a great experience for me, I must admit. But have you had those glass shattering moments where you're like, oh my god, what have I done?
Probably.
I mean, they are as simple as you noticing, you say for sure relax all the time. It's as simple as those things. I'm like, I do say that a lot. I didn't realise, but now I realise, now you've said it, I can't unsee it.
I know.
It's those moments. Which are great.
Yeah.
Another Tyler's Tales. Another day.
That's our motto. Chilcon Club, another Tyler's Tales, another day. Or another day, another Tyler's Tales.
The Tyler's Tales a day. Keeps your self-esteem away.
What?
Or it should give you self-esteem, if anything.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, thank fuck I'm not
you.
like Tyler. Jesus Christ.
Exactly. I'm glad I'm not like Tyler.
Thanks, dickhead. Fuck you, man.
So, you got anything else on your list? Or is that it?
That's pretty much it for the list. That's pretty much just it for my setup of the podcast. We didn't do community theories, but man, that's a deep hole to go in right now. We can save some of those ones we've got for later videos, later podcasts.
Definitely save those. Jumping into a theory now, I think would.
Oh, it's 1:30 in the morning for me. It's tough.
And I'm like,
it's tough.
No.
Yeah, I've been at work all day. It's 1:30 in the morning. It'd be tough getting into theories right now and thinking.
Yeah, that'd kill me.
I half considered, I was like, can I even tell a Tyler's Tales in this? Like, I'm so tired, but I'm like, no, I can't let him down. I can't let him down.
Yeah, you can't. What do you say? You can't not do a Tyler's Tales. Everyone waits for the Tyler's Tales.
See, I wish they didn't, because then I wouldn't have so much pressure on me.
Well, yeah, but you built it up with the Bieber story and
There's so many good ones.
Ghost story, the one with BPR. That was a really good one.
I'm thinking of trying stand-up comedy.
Trying stand-up comedy?
As in, yeah, because I've got some friends that do stand-up comedy, and there's lots of local clubs. There's a lot of local club scene. I'm thinking of doing stand-up comedy. I think, and writing my stories that I tell into a more scripted and almost acted, into more of a performance than just me telling a story on a podcast. Because I think you could tell the Bieber stories and stuff, like, they're hilarious stories.
Yeah, that'd be great, actually.
I could weave in and tell in a different way that's more of a performance as a comedy act. Because I watch a lot of stand-up. I love stand-up. It's just something, I'm not a person that could just write a joke, if you know what I mean. I can make fun of and tell a story in a hilarious way, but I have to experience that.
Yeah.
So I think I see a way I could. I'd love to just do it once. Try it and see if there's something there. Could I make an audience laugh? I think I could try. Maybe.
That'd be cool. I think that'd work out good.
Maybe, yeah. I wouldn't mind giving it a go. I don't care if I bomb. Like, I really don't care if no one laughed. To be like, well, I tried. Now I know.
Disappointing.
Well, now I know. There's a Tyler's Tales there.
That'd be funny.
What exactly? Worst case scenario, it's a Tyler's Tales. Best case, I do well. That's how I look at things.
You can just hand out business cards to everyone with our logo on. It's like the URL to Kill Corner Club. Everyone come listen.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Every other Sunday.
And speaking of Kill Comic Club, if you haven't already, like this podcast, subscribe to both our channels, follow us both on Twitter, and go watch our Kill Comic Club Plays a Division Dark Zone. It's an awesome video. Yeah. James doesn't.
It's just like awesome. This, but we're playing a game.
It is. You're yet to watch it, James, mainly because it just came out.
I'll watch it after this.
And I think one of the hang on, I'll just check because I saw people. I think Hellcutter goes, Kill Comic Club plays AC multiplayer? ? I think that'll happen eventually.
It'll happen.
1v1. We've tried before, haven't we?
We have tried before. Failed miserably. And we ended up making a 3-hour podcast that we're never going to release.
I'm going to release it.
We always talk about it. We always talk about that podcast.
It's just an inside joke now.
Everyone knows it exists.
It's just irrelevant now, the stuff we talked about. Like, it has no relevant... It was about, like, before Syndicate came out. Like,
we should release it in, like, 10 years.
Do you know what's funny? Like, I want to jump on there and realize I told a Tyler's Tales on there, and now I think I've told it before in the podcast, but I haven't.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think that happened. I just hope that I listen back to it and go, I told us Tyler's Tales. But I thought I'd already told that story on an actual podcast that was released. But I didn't. I told it on this one. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that happened, but what if?
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't think it's a really relevant podcast anyway. It's not that entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, people will still probably love it. But, I mean, we definitely need to try Unity co-op at some point, because that'd be hilarious.
That would be funny. Me trying to be like, just do this, and you're like, I don't want it.
It's like, I can't fucking do that. The game won't let me.
And then me just destroying you at AC multiplayer, that'd embarrass you.
I think the tables would be turned.
Oh, really? You think so?
I think so. I think that's what would happen. I'll put my game face on.
We could build this up to be a huge, like, fight, battle.
It's like a huge event.
Promo posters, and then we'll live stream it.
Get, like, commentators, and they can commentate over the top, and it'll switch screens between me and you.
We could do that.
And everyone's there, waiting for it, and it goes viral.
I think I'll destroy you and embarrass you.
Yeah,
I'll change your bum life.
I don't know about that.
I'm sure you want to play against me, but as soon as it happens, you'll be crying. I'll leave you on the ground crying.
Oh, let's wait and see.
You only think you want it, James. You only think you want to do battle with me, but then when it happens, you'll be so upset.
Look, I'm staying calm and collected. You're talking trash, but as soon as we start playing...
What do you think you're going to do to me, James? What do you think you're going to do to me?
Cut your fucking balls off.
You think you can step in to Assassin's Creed Revelations multiplayer? You think you can step in to Antioch map when I'm the Sentinel and drop a smoke bomb on me? Is that what you think you're going to do? You think you're going to stun me? 1v1 assassinate. I'll wreck your day.
It's going to be good. We're going to do it.
It won't even be close. I'll humiliate you. Your subscribers will be like, I can't say subscribe to this guy. What a loser. He got destroyed. Tyler destroyed him.
Oh, God. Ethan will start a LazerzZ sub count drop live stream. With GIFs all over it. My subscribers just depleting.
Comparing to mine going up. And everyone's like, who is this guy? Why is he... He's not even a real fan. He just got demolished 10,000 points to 500 points.
Oh, well.
I'll destroy... Because I'm sure we'll do like a best of 7 games. You will not want to play another game. We'll play one game and you'll be like, no, I'm done. I'm good. I'm good.
I can't wait. I'm actually hyped for this.
You have no chance.
It's going to be good.
I'll end you.
I hope everyone else is ready for it as well. Better be.
I'd love to. Do you think you're going to do something? I'd love to hear you talk back to this.
I'm just gonna stay. We're gonna wait and see.
We've got this fake nice guy trying to be the hero, trying to act like he's better than me, but not talking smack.
Listen, look, just don't worry about it. We'll just see what happens. We'll just
just see what happens. That's loser talk. I'm confident enough to step in here and tell you what I'm gonna do to you. I'm going to let you lock onto me. I'm going to make you think I don't know you're coming. I'm going to drop a smoke. I'm going to stun you. I'm going to stare at you down while you're on your knees kissing my feet. And I'm going to poison focus you. And I'm going to wreck your day. You will kiss my feet. You will thank me for allowing you to play against me. It'll be an honor for you. Look at him. He ran away from the chat. He ran away because he couldn't handle the truth. He didn't like hearing it. What? Who are you? Disappointing, James. And you've got nothing to say too. You've got nothing to say to me.
I've got nothing.
What reason do I even have to play you, to be honest?
To prove that you're going to win.
To prove? I don't need to prove anything. What level? You're probably level 13. What is this? I'm gonna destroy you. No, so do you think you can win? Do you think you can win?
Possibly.
Oh, I hate this. I hate this reserved James you're giving me. Trying to act like the good guy, trying to make me look like an asshole right now.
I think the possibility's there.
The possibility's there.
We've just got to see. We've got to play. We've got to let the best man win.
Let the best... Loser talk! Loser talk! That's all I'm hearing from you. If you don't think you can win, if you don't know you can win, you've already lost. You've already lost. Well, I guess we're going to have to book this. It'll be a huge event. LazerzZ versus Tynamite. Assassin's Creed 1v1. The battle for the king. For the crown. For the championship of the world of everything. Let's book that. Let's book this shit.
Okay.
Are you willing to accept my challenge?
I'm willing to accept.
You're willing.
I will accept the challenge.
You accept my challenge?
Fucking accepted.
I've taken this so far. I don't know how to stop myself right now. I've taken this to a whole new level. I should be on fucking WWE right now, cutting promos on The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
You really know how to hype things up. You're almost Ubisoft level. At this point. Believe your own bullshit.
Yeah, I believe I've watched so much Conor McGregor. I know how to just talk shit. Then again, I've talked shit my entire life to whoever. To Harlan mainly. To my brother. I'm going to use that and cut like promos for like ads for our battle. And it'll be like voice shots of like you going, we'll just see who the best man wins. And it's just me going, you will kiss my feet. I will focus poison you. It'll be the most nerdy sounding UFC style promo ever. People are like, what is this, a UFC fight? And we're talking the most nerdy shit, or just me mainly and you just trying to be polite and like respectful. Making me feel horrible. Midway through, I'm like, I need to apologize to you after this, because I'm like, this isn't really me. This is me building this up. I'm sorry, but it's gonna happen. 1v1, the battle. That's a good way to end the podcast. So, anything else? We've just cut promos at the end.
Well, yeah, I do want to say, if you hit the link in the description to the Kill Connor Club merch, we've got a brand new t-shirt design up on the Kill Connor Club store. So you can go and check that out. Give it a purchase. And if you do, tweet it to us at Tyler Tynamite and at LazerzHD. Hashtag Kill Connor Club and send us a picture of your t-shirt purchase. So we can see.
And so we can love you forever.
Yes. So there we go.
You can be my Valentine if you buy the shirt.
Definitely.
Yeah. And I'll give you all the love that I can possibly send on Twitter. That sounded like I'm sending like a dick pic or something. But it's more just like me saying nice things to you. It's definitely
I'll send you a stick of Tynamite.
None of you have earned the solid 2 inches. None of you have earned the solid 2 inches. I know you're all jealous of it, but you just haven't earned it yet. Buy the shirt and you're on the way there, but you can't, not there.
Well, there we go. Yeah, buy our merch.
This
Seriously, buy our merch.
is the Kill Connor Club. And we do nothing but talk shit for 3 hours.
How long's it been?
Almost 3 hours.
Jesus.
Pre-recorded usually aren't as long. We smash that shit out, especially since we only did one a week ago, and I was worried we didn't have enough to talk about. But I've been writing a list
You did a good job.
of topics
we
to
jump.
discuss.
It's the top fives. We always go overboard when we talk about the top fives.
That's why I love doing it, because I'm like, it's just a great conversation starter.
It's amazing.
And that Q&A went for ages. We only answered 4 questions. It went for like an hour.
That was perfect.
That was I was happy. Good episode. Great episode.
Yeah,
Thanks.
there we go.
I love everyone who watches this podcast.
Same.
To the bottom
Happy
of my heart.
Valentine's Day
Happy
to all of our
Valentine's Day.
viewers.
You've got the love of us. Will be your Valentine. Please be my Valentine.
So yeah, don't forget to subscribe to both our channels, follow us on Twitter. All the other links are in the description along with our merch and of course the link to SoundCloud and iTunes.
If you're not
Check
already
it out
listening
there.
to us on iTunes and SoundCloud right now, in that case, we love you just as much, if not more. Slightly more, actually. And we'll see you guys.
People to listen to it on iTunes.
That's it. And we'll see you guys on the next episode. Where we may have a guest, I don't know. We have no idea.
No idea what we're doing. We don't have a clue.
It's 3 weeks from now. We'll deal with that
We're
later.
worse than Ubisoft. Our release is 3 weeks from now.
Well, it's actually...
We don't know what we're
We
doing.
don't want to freak people out. It is 2 weeks from now when this releases. But for us,
Yeah,
because it's
yeah.
pre-recorded, we have 3 weeks to figure it out.
Yeah.
Hopefully
that'll be-
live.
yeah, that's the thing. Okay.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.